Hi there, Blue Fleet. Welcome to an odd Sunday evening slot. This was originally penciled in for Friday of last week. We definitely didn't play it on Friday. Nope. You can check the YouTube VOD archive. Nothing happened. Nothing at all. So, we're going to be starting on AA5 tonight. So, this is Dual Destinies, isn't it? Yeah. We'll make a start on this. We'll see if we can get through the first case in one go. Sure. It's a bank holiday, so the only thing I need to do tomorrow is take my wife to work because the buses are really messed up. Beyond that, it looks like a pretty open day, so we might do a couple of streams. We'll see how we go. I was thinking like maybe Bolt Gun and Metroid. Kind of split it up like that, maybe. Anyhow. I can see that my Stream Elements bot is still failing to fire. So Stream Elements is now not working for parts of Twitch as well as YouTube, which is really kind of aggravating. I might have to look into a different like alerts provider if this keeps up. To be honest, it just keeps breaking. Okay. Anyway, we should jump on in. So let's do exactly that. Game selection. It's this one. Yeah. Load game. We can't load. We can't load a game. There's no. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. There's no evidence. No evidence. You saw nothing, chat. All right. All right. I'll edit the VOD so that bit is pixelated out. All right. Oh God. Anyway. Costumes. Phoenix is wearing his silly sweater. I'm actually going to put him into the new suit. Alright. So let's crack on, shall we? Oh, ow. What's that? Who's that? I'm kind of impressed with the fact that we've got like full-on animated anime-style cutscenes going down. Oh my God, JC, a bomb! A bomb. Yeah, get used to hearing that joke a bunch as well, chat, because you're going to be hearing it a lot. You're going to be hearing that joke a lot tonight, alright?
These are dark times, where the law has been reduced to rubble. And it's up to us to restore it to its former glory.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It looks like your target finally decided to make a move. Don't you worry. I've got a trusty new partner on board.
Fingers McGraw. Oh no, it's just Iku from Skies of Arcadia.
Done.
Okay.
Ready to go? You bet. Let's do this.
She's been with us for half a year, though I can hardly believe it. Anyway, her power will be our greatest weapon.
Will it now? We'll see. We'll see. I believe it when I see it. Her power of falling over.
Are you alright, miss?
Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned. Time to bring it to an end.
Okay. Music's popping. Oh yeah. Oh, boy's looking kind of edgy now. He's gone full on Azrael from Blaze Blue mode. With a little bit of Enkidu from Under Night. He's like Azrael and Enkidu adopted a kid. I feel like the audio's a little bit loud. Hold on, let's turn that down just a notch. There we go. That should be fine now, I hope. Anyhow, turnabout countdown, huh? Alright.
The best thing about bombs is how they erase and destroy without discretion.
He's a creepy looking motherfucker.
Now all I have to do is pin everything on that little girl.
So I'm pretty sure he did it. I'm pretty sure he is the culprit. Alright? So we're in defendant lobby number 5. Nope. Not feeling nervous at all. I've heard that Athena is a very prominent character, so I'm not going to be giving her a particular... She's just going to get the main character voice, which is my voice, for the sake of vocal fatigue avoidance. It's amazing what a girl can get you. So even a tense atmosphere like this is no biggie. You doing okay, Athena? Oh, Apollo. Yeah, doing great. Like, hum a little tune great. Oh yeah, well that's good to hear. Although, I could have sworn I heard your voice crack for a second there. Oh, I'm that transparent, huh? Cracking? No, my voice ain't cracking. Nerves of steel here, I tell you. This is Apollo Justice. He's a fellow lawyer at the office I work for. Apollo is the lead for the defense on this case. But I'm going to be there at the bench with him doing what I can to help out. I'll do whatever it takes to defend Junie. Junie, huh? Speaking of steel, how are you holding up? The explosion really did a number on you. I'm just happy that you're okay, Athena. Although, I can't pretend I have no connection to this case. That's why I'm going to see to it that Juniper's name is cleared. And I'm sure you feel much the same way. You got that right. I won't rest until Junie is completely cleared of all suspicion. Is this, Junie? Apollo, Athena? It is. Ah. What voice do we give her? Like a kind of high-pitched one? Thank you for doing this for me. Oh, Junie. Coughing a lot. Oh, big sniffer. Hey, are you okay? Sorry about that. I always seem to go into coughing fits whenever I get nervous. This kind of thing never happens. At home in the forest, though. Oh, bless. She don't look very well, does she? This is Juniper Woods. Oh, not Juniper Actias, then. That's kind of a shame. I was hoping we'd have to defend a moth girl from, like, eating people who accidentally went into the enclosure. She's my dear, dear childhood friend, and she's also a client for this case. The news keeps repeating that Junie is the alleged bomber. That's ridiculous. There's no way Junie do anything like that. I brought you a little snack, Athena. Just a little something from my garden. Hey, thanks. So, is this an orange or a tangerine? It's an orange. My grandma says the orange is the colour of strength and endurance. Oh, I get it. Strength for the trial, right? Oh, Junie, you're always so good to me. Jeez, look at me. Standing here clutching an orange to my chest with tears in my eyes. Well, don't you worry. We'll be so powerful now they won't know what hit him. Right, Apollo? Yeah, that's right. Come what may. This is one trial we just can't lose. His hair flopped over. Oh, he has fallen down. Apollo! Uh-oh. Apollo? You good there, man? Ugh. Blood is seeping through his bandages. One of his wounds must have reopened. All this time he was trying to put on a brave face, but he was really overdoing it. Mr. Justice. The trial is about to start, sir. Please proceed to the courtroom. What? Now? But Apollo's in no state to defend. I have to defend Juniper. What are we going to do? The trial is about to start with or without us. There's only one other option I could think of at a time like this. But even if I called him now, he'd never get here in time. No, wait. There's something else I can do. Apollo, give me all the evidence for the case. What are you going to do? Bailiff. Yes, miss. The defence would like to submit a substitution of attorney petition. Athena! You're not seriously. You just concentrate on getting better. I'll defend Junie. All by yourself? Athena, stop for a second and think about what you're saying. You've never once taken a case on alone before, right? No hey problema. I can handle it, I think. I assume that's Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, chat. I'm very sorry to any Spanish viewers who may potentially one day be out there watching this VOD in the far-flung future. But I guess it's really up to you, Junie. Would you be okay with me taking over? Sure. I believe in you, Athena, and that's enough for me. I was about to comment on how, like, if they're big childhood friends, this would be a massive conflict of interest, but then I remembered about Larry Butts, and just the fact he exists at all. So that kind of argument goes straight out of the fucking window. You're worried for me, aren't you? To be honest, I'm pretty nervous too. I think my heart might just burst out of my chest. But you're in no shape to stand at the bench now. So you'll just have to leave it to me. Alright. I can see your mind's made up anyway. I hate it that I can't be there, but I know you'll give your utmost to defend Juniper. You bet I will. Rest assured of that. My name is Athena Sykes. I'm still just a newbie, but I'm a lawyer. This is only the second time I've taken the lead in a defense case. It'll be the first time I stand up there alone, though. But I have to do this, and I'm definitely not about to let anything bad happen to Junie. Her name is kind of spelled awkwardly. It's like when you get people who are called, like, Chloe, who spell their name with a K or a Q. Oh, God. Chloe with a Q. That's just... Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I don't know. Anyway. Ooh, that's flashy. Day 1, court is now in session. All rise. Oh, you are looking sharp, Udgy. You are looking sharp as heck. Court is now in session for the trial of Juniper Woods. The defence is ready, Your Honour. The prosecution is also ready, Your Honour. Winston's looking a little bit different lately. What's up with the hair?
Ha! And what is the meaning of this? I was under the impression that Mr. Red Monkey would be my opponent today.
Yes, well, a substitution of attorney petition was submitted just a few moments ago. Due to the explosion in the courthouse yesterday, Mr. Justice is unable to continue.
I see. Not at all surprised to use that as an excuse to run away. With me as an adversary, who wouldn't want to feign illness in order to escape?
What? The nerve of that guy. I want to give him a piece of my mind. Well, I would if I wasn't so nervous. Oh, this arrogant jerk.
You arrogant jerk!
No! Widget! That face! Oh no.
Is my hearing getting worse? I could have sworn I heard the defence say something just now.
No, you didn't hear anything at all. Especially not from me. How odd. I could have sworn I also heard something. Oh, that would be my indispensable partner, Widget. Okay. He sometimes blurts out what I'm thinking.
Well then, if that's the case, then it's clear contradiction to what you just stated.
A contradiction?
You just stated that you said nothing. However, if that device of yours says what you're thinking, then you indeed said I was. What was it? Elegance at work?
Oh! Actually, it was arrogant jerk.
At any rate, what does it matter if it's a red monkey or a yellow monkey facing me? No fresh out of law school rookie can defend this witness.
Mr. Payne, I believe that's enough. Let us get back to the case.
Of course, Your Honor. I'm more than ready to show this little girl why they call me the Rookie Humiliator.
I knew it. He really is an arrogant jerk.
Arrogant jerk!
Miss Sykes, if you continue to insult the prosecution, I will remove you from this court.
I'm very sorry. It was just a knee-jerk reaction.
Now then, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, if you please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This should be good.
Now then, the incident occurred yesterday here at this very courthouse in courtroom number 4. At that time, the trial for a certain bombing was being held in courtroom number 4.
Ah, yes, I was presiding over that trial as well. And Mr. Justice was there as the lawyer for the defence.
A bomb that was being presented as evidence suddenly went off during the trial. It was a terrible incident, and courtroom number 4 was completely destroyed. Fortunately, we were able to start evacuation procedures before the explosion occurred. Just a few seconds more and it would have turned into a horrific loss of human life.
As if you care for human life, Payne. Come on. But there was, in fact, one death, was there not?
That is correct, Your Honor. When courtroom number 4 was examined after the blast, the body of Detective Candice Arm was discovered.
Is there a pun there? Candice Arm? Oh, can disarm. She can disarm. I see. Ah ha ha. So she can disarm. So she can disarm. So she's like part of like a bomb squad or something then.
She was to take the stand as a witness later in the trial.
I suppose she wasn't able to evacuate in time. What a terrible tragedy. I must admit, I stumbled at least 10 times myself before I was able to escape.
Maybe the court should see about getting you even shorter robes. The victim's body was found near the entrance to the courtroom. I suspect she stayed until the very end to help guide the others out safely. Your Honour, allow me to submit as evidence the victim's autopsy report and details about the bomb.
Okay. Trauma to the back of the head caused by impact with a flat object. Time of death between 8 and 11 AM. Stuffed animal bomb. Time bomb that destroyed the courtroom, hidden inside a stuffed animal when it was detonated. Okay. Okay, I know how this works. All evidence for the trial is filed in the court record. When I want to check something out, I just use E. And I better take a peek later. Now then, please call the accused to the witness stand. Let's have a look at that autopsy report. It's literally just a photograph. That's all we get. It's just a photo of her body. Kind of weird, champ, but alright, whatever. She looks very scared. Defendant, are you feeling alright? You're looking a bit pale.
I'm so sorry. I was feeling a bit weak when I first arrived here at the courthouse.
Sniffer. A big sniffer.
But I'm alright.
Judy's really giving it her all. I better make sure I do the same.
If we could please proceed. Your name and occupation, defendant. Juniper Woods. I'm a high school student. Miss Woods, can you confirm you were in the courthouse on the day in question? Yes. I came to know Apollo Justice through my friend Thena. And so, I was there yesterday to watch his trial and lend my support.
Something's wrong. Judy's really scared.
Did you know I'm also known as the Defendant Humiliator? It looks like I have yet another chance to show everyone how I earned that moniker.
Does his arrogance know no bounds? I have to protect Judy no matter what. Hey, you arrogant... Prosecutor Payne.
What is it? Do you want me to demonstrate why I'm known as the Rookie Humiliator instead?
Deep breaths, Athena. Don't let him get to you. Prosecutor Payne, Judy's telling the truth. Mr. Justice also backed up her claim when we saw him in the defendant lobby. And Junie, he said that he was glad to get the lotus root you gave him too. So I'm just going to put my fan on it. It's really warm in here.
He was. My grandma says lotus root is good for your eyes. She says they can even help you see in the future.
Oh, can they now? They can? Then that's the perfect present for a lawyer. And if that's true, I guess he must not have eaten them. A sweet, meek girl like this, blowing a courtroom to bits? I must say it's very hard to believe.
Objection!
Now, Your Honor, don't let her seemingly innocent appearance fool you. The defendant had a motive for committing this crime. That's not true. I don't have any kind of motive. I didn't even know the lady who was killed. I admit the investigation didn't turn up any connection between the victim and defendant. However, that doesn't matter. The only thing that does is that her objective was the destruction of courtroom number 4 itself.
Sorry, one moment. Is that my fan? I think it was. Sorry, give me just a second, chat. Oh, I skipped through a bit of text there. Hold on. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Why in the world would Miss Woods want to do that?
That's a very good question coming from a novice such as yourself.
I'm just going to go check something really quickly. Give me a moment. That was weird. That was one hell of a rumble. Jesus. What the heck that was? Sorry about that, chat. Something with a very big engine just went past, I think. Anyhow.
But first, a question for the defendant. Have you ever been brought up on false charges? What? Well, yeah. Yes, I have. And did that experience cause you to harbour a grudge against the court system?
Objection!
Now, wait just 1 minute. If that kind of thing was a motive for blowing things up, then every one of our clients would turn into bombers. That's a valid point. We wouldn't have a single courthouse left standing in the land.
I concede the accused isn't the only one who might bear resentment against the courts. But Miss Woods is the only person who could have committed this crime. Why? Because we have found some decisive evidence that proves the defendant's guilt.
Decisive, huh? I'll believe it when I see it.
It involves a very unique aspect of the bomb itself, Your Honor.
And what exactly was so unique about it?
Why don't we have Miss Sykes answer that question?
Me?
I notice you appear to be very nervous and, well, gentleman that I am. I'd like to offer you the chance to gain some confidence with such an easy question.
Could he be any more condescending? Really, what a thoroughly unpleasant man.
L is for loser! Huh, what did it just say?
Nothing. Not a single thing. Now, let's see. What was I supposed to do at a time like this? Oh, I know. The court record. The information I need is somewhere in the court record. Alright, Miss Sykes, let's hear your answer. We already know, because it's hidden inside a stuffed animal, so the bomb is inside of that. For whatever reason. I don't know why it's in there, but it is. What was unique about the bomb that blew up the courtroom? Was it because it was inside a stuffed animal? Inside the judge's pocket. Imagine. Mr. Payne, what kind of a simpleton do you take me for? It was stuffed inside a stuffed animal. Its evil intentions covered up by a cute exterior.
Very good. Have a cookie. The bomb that went off in the courtroom was indeed hidden inside a stuffed animal.
There, how'd you like that? Not bad, huh? I am fine, just like I said from the start. I can do this. Yes, as I recall, the bomb was inside a stuffed animal the whole time. I never even got to take a look at it. But what connection does this impish elephant have with the defendant?
The answer to that question lies in another piece of evidence, which I have here.
And what, pray tell, is this? It appears to be a little singed. It's a butt plug. It's definitely... don't ask me how I know that.
It's a tale, Your Honor. The tale of a poor victim of the explosion.
This is incredible. Are you saying it's Detective Arm's tail?
Your Honor is so very close, but no, it belongs to this stuffed animal. It's called the Phony Fanty. Rather unpleasant name, if you ask me.
He's the mascot for a campaign to eliminate false evidence and false charges, is he not? I used to know a guy called Fancy. That's kind of weird.
Exactly. His motto is phony evidence is just trunked up.
Oh my god. Yeah, Gumshoe definitely came up with that one, didn't he? Oh god. I miss Gummers. I miss Gumshoe. That's so wrong on so many levels.
The Phony Fancy's tail is made of vinyl cloth, and we found something very interesting on its surface. The defendant's fingerprints.
What?
The Phony Fancy provided the prosecution with all the evidence we needed. It clearly proves that the accused handled the bomb.
She's brained herself with her own pigtails. Amazing technique. That's kind of impressive. But that doesn't make any sense. Why would Junie's fingerprints be on it? That does appear to be pretty irrefutable evidence. The court accepts it into evidence. Okay. Miss Woods, do you have an explanation for this?
I don't understand. How about you, Miss Sykes? Do you have any plausible explanation to refute this decisive piece of evidence?
Well, I cast Save Game as a rank 9 spell. We get the save scud ready, chat.
I can't do it. I can't think of a single thing.
But I better come up with something, for Junie's sake.
If you can't produce an answer, we could always go straight to the ruling if you prefer.
No, I have to say something fast. Oh, no. I can't get my voice to work. Why now of all times? Oh, what's this? I thought I overcame this already. Maybe I'm still not ready to stand in court. What's up with her? Oh. Ha. Oh, is it an Evangelion moment? Alright, understood. Understood. The music's kind of wrong though. It should be going da 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 da. You know the scene. You know the scene when that one angel does the mind thing on Asuka and it's just super fucked up. That's what's going on here. Gavel gavel. Wait, that's not a judge.
As you can see, there is no room for debate.
Objection!
Who could this be?
It's you.
Oh, it's Phoenix. He's got his eyes. He's got his eyes on. That big old frown that he does. We'd love to see it. Sorry it took me so long to get here, Athena. Apollo explained the whole thing to me over the phone. He asked me to come help you out in this place. Thanks for coming. I hate to admit it, but I was having a real rough time on my own. I don't know. I think you were doing just fine, all things considered. You hung in there, give me enough time to get here. Now, let's turn things around. You got it, boss. Ho, 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 look who showed up out of the blue. If it isn't Mr. Phoenix Wright, you won't manage to surprise me. Your Honor, Mr. Payne has called for an early ruling, but I believe there are still many things that need to be deliberated. How did Miss Wood's fingerprints wind up on the stuffed animal tail? How was the bomb even detonated? Until these questions are answered, I assert it's impossible for a fair ruling to be made. You are absolutely right. Let us continue from where we left off. I assume you have no objections, Mr. Payne.
None at all, Your Honor.
Aww. Miss Woods really looks like she's having a hard time. Judy's really struggling, Mr. Wright. I get the sense she's afraid of the courtroom itself. Because of yesterday. Yeah, it was understandably very traumatic for her. Poor thing. And here she is back at the courthouse again, being so brave. I'd like to make a request, Your Honour. If at all possible, I'd like to have Miss Woods rest in the lobby. Given the defendant's condition... Very well, I grant special permission. You go get some rest, Junie. Leave the rest to us.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about this.
Off she goes. Okay.
Phoenix Wright. I've been looking forward to meeting you.
It's been a while, Mr. Payne.
You're more clueless than I'd heard. I do believe you mean, how do you do? For I am Gasp in Pain.
Is that a pun? Gasp in pain? I see. Wait, so Winston. It's supposed to be Winston Pain. That's a terrible pun. That's a terrible pun, even by my standards. For shame. For shame.
I am the younger brother of your long-standing rival, Winston Payne.
What? Long-standing rival? When will we have a rival, let alone long-standing?
You'll see, Mr. Wright. I will cleanse Winston of the disgrace he met with at your hands.
Yeah, we used these hands to disgrace him. Just gave him a couple of punchies. A couple of cheeky little slappies. So this royal pain is going to be as thoroughly unpleasant as the other.
Your Honour, the prosecution would now like to call a decisive witness to the stand. This witness will testify as to how the accused detonated the bomb in the courtroom.
Very well. Please call your witness, Mr. Payne. Ha. Creepy-looking guy.
Witness, your name and occupation, please.
Witness? What voice do we give him? Like a cybernetic sort of voice, I guess. Like high-pitched or low-pitched? That's the question, isn't it? High-pitched or low-pitched? Name, Ted Tenati. Occupation, bomb disposal specialist. Oh my, what a strange robotic voice you have. Speech synthesis via typing. It is the same as me talking. He sounds exactly like a robot. Can't you speak in a normal manner? I can. He can. But I do not like to speak. Speaking is inefficient. Energy expenditure. Speaking better than typing. Understand? What an odd witness.
Mr. Tenati was in charge of the bomb for that trial and was there when it went off.
Being a bomb squad specialist, do you have any relation to the victim?
Negative. I first met the girl while on this job. Many people are employed by the police. I know only a fraction of them. However, I was shocked when I first discovered the body of the victim.
Shocked?
I was the first one on the scene after the explosion. I went there to ensure safety, but I ended up discovering a dead body.
So he was the first one to discover the body, was he?
He is here to testify about the circumstances surrounding the moment of the explosion.
Very well, the court will hear Mr. Tenati's testimony, but at the very least show this court some respect and remove that face guard witness. He is one creepy looking guy. When the bomb went off.
The bomb was originally disarmed by me, then transported here as evidence. Bomb name HH3000, operated by timer or with remote. I was watching from the gallery when I suddenly became alarmed. I saw that the bomb's timer was counting down.
Did you? I thought it was inside a stuffed animal. What's she talking about? So even though the bomb was supposed to be disarmed, it somehow got switched on.
Precisely. Activating the timer is very simple. 1. Connect wires. 2. Switch on timer. A monkey could do it. I am sure even you would be able to, Mr. Wright.
I guess this makes you the blue monkey, this barrel of fun, boss. I'd now like to begin my cross-examination. Mr. Tenati, what is that?
HH3000, aka...
A bomb! A bomb! Oh my god, JC, a bomb! Great googly moogly! No! Mr. Tenarty, I demand that you disarm at this instant.
Disassembly complete. 5.3 seconds, 0.2 seconds short of my personal best.
Sorry, chat, give me a moment again. Just gonna pop into the court record. Hold on. Give me a sec, Something weird just happened. I just want to check it. Hold on. Hey, Hart, how you doing? No, Stream Chat's not dead. Stream Chat's not dead. You're just the first here. It's a bank holiday. The weather's nice. People are outside as they should be. So I assume that people watching this are probably mostly going to be like 19% VOD game. So close. That was a very, very good guess. Very good guess. Are you trying to give me a heart attack? I'm not exactly a spring chicken, you know.
This is an exact replica of the HH-3000. It is used to practice disarming bombs. Disarm equals success.
An exact replica of the bomb that exploded, is it? So that's what it looked like.
I submitted a photograph of the real bomb taken just before the trial.
Okay, it's got a crack in the thing. Okay.
Dimensions: 10 inches high by 10 inches wide by 10 inches deep. Weight: 12 pounds. A perfect replication.
Your bomb does appear to be a very good copy indeed. You're not a fan of the 3D models? They're going to take some getting used to, I think.
Yes, however, I could not replicate the detonation mechanism. It has a very puzzling wiring setup. It is regrettable I could not replicate it.
Witness, that's enough. There's no need to replicate anything here. Okay. So it can be detonated remotely. Yeah, they can do some cool stuff with it. Like, they can do, like, pan shots around the court much more easily. And now if the defence will begin their crossing... Where has Miss Sykes gone to? Athena, you can come out now.
Okay, Mr. Wright, let's go to work.
I guess you were pretty scared, huh?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. She was about to bolt.
Hey, put a sock in it, Widget. As transparent as ever. What's the mechanic that's worse than the magic comma? You'll see. We were at the cross-examination. Oh, cross-examination? Of course. She seems disoriented. I wonder if she's alright. Anyway, I don't know what mechanic this could be. I've never seen this game before. Nope, this is the first time I've ever even seen it. First time I've clapped eyes on it. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Nah, she'll be fine. Nah, no need for that right now. She'll be fine. I'll do everything I can to help. If you can't find any contradictions, and you flub up too often, don't be afraid to ask for me for help. Press R when the option to consult with me appears. I'll let you know where I think the suspicious statement is. Sounds good. I'll be counting on you if I get in a bind. Alright, it's cross-examination time. So you can press R to get a hint as to where the suspicious statement is. That seems a bit easy. Okay. So have we seen these statements before? Yes, we have. Okay.
Hold it!
Hold it!
You say that you disarmed the bomb, but are you really sure it was disarmed?
Absolutely. I can disarm anything. In a flash.
That looks more like dismantle and disarm to me. You're home again. Neat.
Oh, pardon me.
Let's see. Is there any chance you could have forgotten to disarm the bomb?
Impossible. I do not make rudimentary mistakes like that.
They say to err is human. Although the jury's still out on this guy.
If you must know, Mr. Wright, according to the court's own records, the fact that the bomb had indeed been disarmed was officially confirmed.
I guess I can rule out the possibility that you forgot to disarm it. Could you talk about the bomb in a little more detail for the court, Mr. Tanati?
Certainly.
Payne got a new wig. It's a different Payne. It's Payne's younger brother. It's Payne's younger brother.
Hold it!
Hold it!
What was the approximate size and weight of the bomb?
Dimensions: 10 inches high, by 10 inches wide, by 10 inches deep, weight 12 pounds. This information is also written on the photograph.
Ah, yes, here it is on the back. Oh, excuse me, chap. The pollen count's really high today and I'm suffering a bit. According to this, the case is made out of alloy plating, 5/16 of an inch thick. That certainly sounds like one thick and very heavy bit of metal. I bet if I dropped that thing on your foot, you'd be hopping. Oh, excuse me. Oh, been busy with housework today and it's tuckered me out a bit. Excuse me. There we go. If you dropped that thing anywhere, I'd be hopping for the nearest exit. Very well, I believe the court has heard enough about the bomb itself. So, Mr. Tanati, you were keeping an eye on the bomb. Where were you watching from?
Hold it!
Is that so? Why are you in the gallery?
My duties may have been over for the moment, but I wanted to keep watch. Even though the bomb was disarmed, you can't never be too careful. Explosive devices are very dangerous things.
Ah, how admirably responsible of you, and model to be emulated.
I practice disarming bombs every day. I practice assembling them too.
That's kind of weird. The disarming part I get, but assembling them? Well, I'll have you know that I practice presenting evidence every day myself.
I see. But do you ever practice having evidence presented to you?
Presented to me? What? No, I,
Then you cannot very well call yourself a professional yet, can you?
Oh, that does it. I'm going to start practicing having evidence presented to me every day. And you better drink some coffee, boss. We're pulling all lighter. I don't think that'll be necessary, or worth either of our time. So, Mr. Tanati, what did you witness from the gallery? He saw that the bomb's time was counting down. I don't think he did. Because... Hold on. Let's do this properly. Let's do this properly. The Shinsu way, right? The save scum way.
Objection!
Get objected, nerd. So, you say you saw the bomb's countdown. Is that right?
Of course, I clearly saw it counting down to 0.
And I say that you are clearly lying.
What are you talking about?
There's no way you could have seen the bomb's timer. After all, the bomb was concealed inside a stuffed animal. Mr. Tanasi, how can you claim to know the bomb was about to go off when you couldn't even see the timer? Ooh.
What? No!
That does seem like a glaring inconsistency indeed. Witness, how do you explain this?
Well,
Oh, that was great, Mr. Wright. You found a contradiction right off the bat. Always remember, Athena, When you find an inconsistency in a witness's testimony, there's always a reason behind it. It could be a lie, a hidden meaning, a secret. Whatever it is, it's up to us to dig it out. Dang! And pointing out every contradiction we find is the best way to do it, right, boss? Now the question is, what can we dig out, Mr. Tanasi?
Well, let me see. No, there must be some mistake. Oh, yes, of course. I remember now. The sound.
I knew because of the sound. Sound? What sound?
When the timer of this type of bomb is switched on, it beeps softly. Beep, beep, beep. It's the sound of the bomb counting down.
A beeping noise, you say? I suppose it would be possible to notice that even with the bomb in the stuffed animal.
I simply made a mistake. My bad.
Objection!
Bit of a weird mistake to make. How in the world did you hear such a tiny little sound all the way from the gallery?
Listening for the sound of a bomb's timer is an integral part of my work. I constantly undergo training so that I will never miss it.
He's really creepy. I hardly think training would help you hear something so soft from so far away. What now?
Are you making light of the fine science of disarming bombs? It is a solemn mission that I put my life on the line to perform. What kind of specialist would I be if I could not hear a bomb's timer?
It's not like disassembling a toaster, you know. Now he's just showing off.
You keep asserting that the sound was too tiny to hear, but the only tiny thing here is your skill as a lawyer. Being mistrustful is not an attractive quality, you know.
And you're just overflowing with attractive qualities, are you?
Or perhaps you have some proof that Mr. Tanasi did not hear the sound.
Well, no, but it still seems totally suspect. But it's going to be really hard to prove that he didn't hear something. If I have this correct, the prosecution's argument is that someone reactivated the bomb before it was brought into the courtroom. What I don't understand, Mr. Payne, is why you believe that person to be Miss Woods.
That's simple, Your Honor. Mr. Tanasi happened to be there when it happened. He was there when the defendant rearmed the bomb.
What's this now?
It happened before the trial started. It was when Detective Arm and I were transporting the bomb. We brought the bomb to the lobby for the defense. Bomb is evidence. The lawyer wanted to see it before the start of the trial. Looking for a chance to get at the bomb, Miss Woods was already there in that lobby. Her goal was surely to rearm the bomb and then steal the remote switch.
How would she know how to do that? The remote switch?
Yes, the switch that controls the bomb remotely. Duh. It has been missing ever since the incident.
Okay. You got pretty bad allergies as well. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear it. Why would it have a timer? That's just it. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in this trial.
I am partially to blame. I left the bomb and remote on top of the transport case, and they were rearmed and stolen while I was talking with the lawyer. The defendant then used the remote from inside the courtroom to start the timer.
Objection!
How can you assert so unequivocally that the bomb was rearmed in the lobby?
Objection!
The bomb was safely secured in the transport case. The only time it was outside of the case was in that lobby. Therefore, that was the one and only opportunity anyone had to meddle with it.
Someone other than Mr. Tanasi could have opened the case and taken the bomb out.
Impossible. The transport case is assigned exclusively to me. Do you see the number here? That is my identification number. And I have the only key that can open the case.
Okay. I want to see if that is actually his ID number. Nevertheless, Mr. Payne's assertion is nothing more than conjecture. You have no proof that it was Miss Woods who stole the remote switch.
And by the same token, you have no proof that it wasn't her. But what I do have is a piece of evidence that proves the defendant handled the bomb.
Oh, that tail!
5 minutes, 24 seconds, 2.3 deciseconds. The defence's advantage lasted a mere 5 minutes.
Oh, talk about a rotten hand. He has a really prominent chin when he does that face. As long as they have her fingerprints as their trump card, how at a big disadvantage. It appears we will have to hear from the defendant herself once more.
I wholeheartedly agree, Your Honour. I'd like to recall Miss Woods to the stand.
I trust you have no objections, Mr. Wright. I'm worried about a condition, but we do need a testimony. On the other hand, I'm not sure I want to make Athena mad. I can read your feelings, you know, boss. Nope, guess there's no hiding from her, huh? Don't worry, I know we need a testimony. But if anybody picks on her again, they'll pay. Guess she's already angle over 1. Don't worry, I'll stop the proceedings before I let anything bad happen to her. The defence has no objections, Your Honour. In that case, I will take my leave. But before I do, there is just one more thing. Mr. Wright, is it? Me? Yes. Dismantling bombs is my job. Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? I look forward to seeing you try. Oh, this guy's hiding something. I just know it. Now, if you will excuse me. Bailiff, please go out to the lobby and bring back the defendant. Oh, she looks in a bad way. Junie. Hi, Athena. She looks even worse off than before. Don't worry, Junie. We're here for you. Thanks, Athena. And I'll do my best too. You blew up the courtroom because you bear resentment against the courts, correct? No, of course not. What's that you say? I can barely hear you. I haven't done anything wrong. This prosecutor's scary.
Objection!
What an impudent little girl. Stop acting innocent and tell the truth.
This is getting ugly.
You rearmed the bomb because you wanted to blow up the courthouse. Admit it. That's why you went to the lobby where Miss Justice was. Isn't that right?
She's just a little guy. Mr. Wright, can I go give that prosecutor a smack? What? Of course not. Do we have to review Courtroom Manners 101 again? I mean, I think Payne does. We can't let a creep that bullies innocent girls like this off so easily. I haven't forgotten about how he treated you. Don't worry about me, just help Junie. Her heart's crying out. She's so scared, so very scared. Now it looks like Athena's picking up something with a heightened sense of hearing. And it sounds like this time it's the voice of Miss Wood's heart. Don't deny it, you stole the remote switch and used it in the courtroom, didn't you?
Objection!
Your Honour, please put a stop to this. Mr. Payne is badgering the defendant. Yes, Miss Woods does seem quite frightened. Mr. Payne, I ask that you behave more like a gentleman.
Ah, but don't you know, Your Honour? There is no more a gentleman in this world than I.
Oh, as if a gentleman or even a gentleman would behave like he does. Don't let that rude ruffian win.
Athena! How dare you call a gentleman such as I a rude ruffian? I'll have you know I attended a manners class every Saturday. I'm more than just a mere gentleman. I'm a gentleman.
When you're terrorising a young lady, you're not. I demand my money back from that manners class if I were you. Oh! I should probably be the adult here and stop the two of them, but... Mr. Payne, that will be enough.
Certainly, Your Honour. No further questions. Let's move on to the defendant's testimony. Miss Woods, please share with the court what you were doing when the bomb went off.
Okay. Here comes some testimony, huh? When the bomb went off.
Well, that day, I was watching from the gallery. The bomb went off. And rubble started falling. It fell on top of me.
How'd you survive then? Junie's clearly in pain being forced to recall the bombing like this. She can't even get her words out. This isn't going to work, so what now? Hey, wait a minute. Even if she can't vocalise what she wants to say, we can listen to what's inside her heart. We can listen to her blood. We're going to perform a seance over her blood. We're going to make some black pudding. We just need some oats. We need some oats and maybe like some suet pastry. It will be delicious. Yeah, now's the perfect time to use Athena's power. Ah, shit. The cries of Miss Wood's heart. Yeah, and they sound incredibly strained. She's so scared. I think she could collapse at any second. Athena has a unique ability, you see. With a finely tuned sense of hearing, she can hear the words of a witness's heart. In essence, she can sense how a person is really feeling from the tone of their voice. Guess it's all up to Athena and her special ability now. Athena, I want you to use the analytical psychology you studied. And listen to the testimony of Miss Wood's heart. Okay, boss. I'll give it a go. After all, this is the whole reason I put all effort into studying analytical psychology. Auf geht's. Let's do this. Did I pronounce that right, Hart? Did I pronounce that right? So your holographic thingamabob can show us how Miss Woods is feeling, right? Was O. Oh. Okay. Was O normal O? O with umlauts? Was okay. Okay. Good, good, good. In a nutshell, yes. The emotions and images that I picked up on just now while listening to a testimony, I could enter all of that into Widget and use the mood matrix to analyse them. Yeah, it's going to tell me how to do this, but it's going to give me an incomplete tutorial. These mood markers here reflect fluctuations in Junie's emotion. When she feels happy or is enjoying the memory, the happy marker will light up. When she feels angry or frustrated, the angry marker will react. When she feels sadness or is frightened by a memory, the sad marker will blink. And when she feels surprised or confused, the surprise marker will let us know. So with the special ability in Widget's Mood Matrix program, we can track how Miss Woods is feeling as she testifies. Talk about the wonders of technology. Yep, now let's give it a shot. I'm picking up on some kind of discord or noise in Junie's heart. See here? This is what the noise looks like in the Mood Matrix. It's a result of inconsistencies between her testimony and her feelings. If we can pinpoint these inconsistencies, the noise level should drop. Alright, it's time to listen to Miss Wood's true testimony. Well, that day, I was watching from the gallery. The bomb went off. Yep, that's right. And rubble started falling. It fell on top of me. I think I have a good grasp on Junie's emotional state now. This power of Athena's is incredible. And I'm seeing an unexpected emotion that's inconsistent with the content of her testimony. What, already? Look at this. When she says it fell on top of me, the happy marker is reacting. Well, look at that. That is odd. There must be a reason for this contradictory emotion. We just need to do some digging. When you find an unexpected emotion, you'll first need to pinpoint it. And then select the unexpected emotional reaction from the 4 mood markers with space. Yeah, see, it says press the button and then press space. What it doesn't say is you actually have to select it first. It misses a step out. It misses a step out of the tutorial, which is amazingly irritating. Because Apollo's thing was you would zoom in on it, and then you would just look around, and then you would pinpoint it by just pressing the button. So it's like, it's inconsistent with the previous game's mechanic, which is kind of annoying. I say kind of, it's very annoying. Anyway, this is the unexpected one. Widget's registering joy when Miss Woods recalls the rubble falling on her. There must be a reason for this unexpected emotion. Miss Woods, as the rubble was falling, was there also something that made you feel happy?
What?
Mr. Wright, the feeling of happiness is spreading throughout Junie's heart. Keep going on this point, and I bet Junie will start to calm down. Great. Let's see what she has to say.
Just as I was about to escape the courtroom, the bomb went off. I was so startled. I tripped. And then rubble started falling on top of me. I really thought I was done for. But just then...
What the fuck is this? She's just knitting a heart scarf.
Apollo came and rescued me.
Apollo?
He used his own body to shield me from the rubble.
So that's when he sustained those injuries. How do you feel, Junie? Did talking about Apollo give you some courage?
Yeah. Apollo is just like the sun, strong and bright and warm. Just talking about him makes me feel like a leaf undergoing photosynthesis.
Oh, I see. So she wants to be pollinated by Apollo. Understood. Understood. And see? Your coughing stopped all of a sudden.
Oh, you're right. Thank you, Thena.
Looks like we were able to draw out some new testimony. Hee, pretty neat, huh? But there's still some noise left, meaning there must still be some discord in Junie's heart. I guess we'll have to keep going then. Let me put this new information and update the mood matrix, and we'll be good to go. You remember what to do, right? When I find an unexpected motion, I should first pinpoint it. That's right. And then you select it from the mood markers with space. You don't! You don't. You have to select it on its own first and then press space. Oh my fucking god. It's no wonder that Friday frustrated me as much as it did. Incomplete tutorials for core system mechanics is like a really fast way to aggravate me. If we can find the reason for the discord in our heart, then we should be able to draw even more New Testament out. Not that we played this on Friday. This is the first time I'm playing this game. Okay.
I tried to run, but I was too slow. Before I could get away, the bomb went off. I was so startled I tripped. Then rubble started falling on me. I thought I was done for. But then Apollo came and rescued me.
So, why would she be like? Why would she be sad? See, we have to select. We have to manually select it first. Then we can do it. Okay, there we go. You were happy when Mr. Justice rescued you, weren't you?
Yeah, I was really happy.
Sorry, one moment. What is that? Sorry, give me a second, chat. Give me a second. Oh, I keep hearing things. Keep hearing things. And they're not there. Oh, yeah, that's not good. Okay. But there was also something you felt sad about at the same time. Sad? The reason I ask is, when you were describing how you were rescued, we sensed a little sadness too.
Oh, I think it's probably because of Bum Rap Riney.
Bum Rap Riney? Well, what do you know? Something new. He's going to rap about bums. In West Toiladelphia, fight room raised. On the toilets was where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, and crapsing all cool. And curling out a big one that was my stool. Oh, God. Why am I like this? Why am I like this? No! Why am I like this? Oh, dear. Hey, okay.
That's right, I bought my stuffed animal, Bum Rap Riney, to watch the trial with me.
You weren't late this time. No, Sheriff, no. Oh, hi, Ara. How are you doing? Welcome to the first ever stream of Ace Attorney 5 that I've ever done in my entire life, ever. The very first. Welcome. This is a historic moment you're here for, my friend. Oh, no.
Bumrat Riney and Phony Fancy are brothers.
Who knew that the legal work could inspire a whole line of merchandise?
I had Bumrat Riney with me while I was watching the trial. But it wasn't until Apollo saved me that I realised I'd lost him as I was running away. My poor Riney, a victim of that terrible bomb. Oh, I know. You can see what he looks like in this poster.
No more bum raps.
It's for the campaign to eradicate fake evidence and false charges.
Phony Fancy and bum rap Riney, huh? He's going to rap about bums. Nothing against the campaign. But why an elephant and a rhinoceros? Mr. Wright. I don't sense any discord in Judy's heart anymore. So I guess that means we managed to draw all the testimony out, huh? That's right. I'll just make an update with the new info and we'll have the whole picture. So, do you think a new testimony will help? Absolutely. I don't know what I would have done without you, Athena. So, Bum Rap Riney was in that courtroom and the bomb went off. Now that we know that, it changes the meaning of that other piece of evidence. All I have to do is present it at the right statement.
I was watching from the gallery with Bum Rap Riney. I tried to run, but I was too slow. Before I could get out of the courtroom, the bomb went off. I was so startled I tripped, then rubble started falling. I thought I was done for. But then Apollo came and rescued me.
So it's this one, isn't it? We need to present on this statement. I'm still saving because I'm not confident in this again, but was it this one?
Objection!
It wasn't that one. So is it the one before? Want a clue? Is it the one where she's holding the is it this one, I guess? Right, let's do that one.
Objection!
There we go. Miss Woods, I know this trial has been very hard for you, but you can relax now. You are without a doubt innocent. Mr. Wright, what wild assertion are you making now? Because it proves it's not the Phony Fancy's tale. Ah, okay. So, note to self. Despite 8 cups of coffee today, needed the 9th. Needed the 9th cup of coffee. 8 was not enough. My wild assertion is simply this. The 2 stuffed animals were mixed up. The tail the defendant's fingerprints were found on wasn't that of Phony Fancy. It was the tail of her gallery companion, Bumrat Riney.
Objection!
Well.
What? What nonsense is that? I concede they're both stuffed animals, yes, but they're completely different characters.
He's 3-dimensional. He is. Hi there, Vanny. How you doing? Welcome, welcome.
An elephant and a rhino. They're as distinct as a defense lawyer and a prosecutor.
Edgeworth wants a word, but are they really so different? Both defense lawyers and prosecutors strive to protect the peace through law. Even elephants and rhinos have some similar characteristics. They're both grey, for example. You've been sneezing your head off. Yeah, the pollen count has been atrocious today. Like, my throat is not coping very well. Anyway, just look at this poster so you can see our assertion to be true. If I may direct the court's attention here, you can clearly see how the two got mixed up.
Take that!
Take that! They're both pachyderms, if you're not wrong. Yes, I think that's actually an outdated genera of animals. But yeah, I mean, they're broadly in that family. They both have very, very thick skin. I think they've probably got a common evolutional ancestor as well, because the actual structure of their bodies is not massively different. Like, an elephant is just like a slightly taller rhino with tusks and a trunk. Well, well, would you look at that? The two tails are exactly the same. It's a bomb. My bombs. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, JC, a bomb! It's a stream. The two stuffed animals are based on entirely different animals. But the design of their tails is exactly the same. Rhinos, elephants, and hippos. Yeah, hippos are, like... You don't fuck with a hippo. Order! Order in the court. As long as the possibility exists that the tail belongs to Bumrat Riney, we can no longer consider it to be decisive proof the defendant handled the bomb. Didn't expect a stream tonight, especially... What do you mean? This is the first time we've ever played this case, Hades. I've never played this game before. This is the first time I've ever played Ace Attorney 5. You know, it says right there. It says right there in the stream name, right? You got to believe it, right? Right? Yeah. You have to believe me, right? You have to believe me, right? Oh, what happened there? Why did that that kind of killed... Oh, hang on a minute. Hold on, just give me a sec. I just need to expand Dong ever so slightly. There we go. Okay. Whew, I glitched so hard the integration glitched as well. Yeah. As things stand, I consider the charges against the accused unsubstantiated. No. Absolutely no clue whatsoever. Yeah. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Payne?
Oh, yes, of course, Your Honor.
Oh, that was great, Mr. Wright. You turned things right around. Yeah. It's not over yet, but at least we managed to hold out this long. I believe that brings our proceedings for today to a close. Insert Suisei fake memory loss stream moment joke here. I don't watch Suisei, so I don't get the joke. I'm sorry. I don't watch any of the JP holomems because I don't understand Japanese. It's like I don't follow them anymore. Mr. Payne, I'm afraid you have some serious investigating ahead of you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. Let us reconvene tomorrow. Court is adjourned. Excuse me. Right, before we do that though, chat, I'm going to nip downstairs and get my cough sweets. Just give me a moment, alright? Come on. Hurry up, text. That was so exciting, boss. We did it. True to form, you managed to just barely pull it off at the very last moment. Right, like I said, I'm just going to go downstairs and get my cough sweets. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Hello, I'm back. Don't watch a lot of Suisei, but you got a lot of respect for it. Yeah, she's definitely very cracked at what she does. Like, I can't object to that statement at all. Well, I could, but I get a penalty and then I have to reload my save, so you know. Okay. True to form. Gee, I never knew you had such a glowing opinion of me.
Thank you for everything you're doing.
You did great, Miss Woods. You really stuck it out. And you got really brave at the end, just when we needed you most, Junie. Thanks to you, we were able to turn things around.
Well, you're the one who gave me that courage, Thena.
Really? Haha, thanks. So, be honest, was I any help at all? That is... What the fuck is this face? That's terrifying. What the hell is this face? Oh, no! What is that? What is this face? Oh, I'm scared. That is horrifying. To bonk or... No. I'm not saying anything sussy. I'm just saying that this face terrifies me and I don't know why. I can't tell you why the face that she's making makes me so uncomfortable, but it does. Ugh. Check Discord. Hold on. Oh, fucking hell! No! I think I know why it makes me uncomfortable. She looks like a Dr. Seuss character when she does this face. She looks like one of the Who's from The Grinch. Of course. Without you, we would have never gotten out of that tight spot. Oh, that's good to hear. I may still have a lot to learn, but you can bet I'm going to give it my all. Oh yeah, Ara. Ace Attorney Reddit. The case that is being community rated today is 2-3. Cast your vote now. I'll be so good that one day you can call me your partner. That's what I like to hear. Analytical psychology. The ability to solve the riddles of a person's heart. I think his true potential is beginning to really shine through now. Hey, where's Apollo anyway? Good question. I almost forgot about him. I assumed he'd still be here in the lobby. Oh, I know. Maybe he's still in courtroom number 4. Should you cast a vote? It's not good to kick something that's already on the floor. I said solid B tier. I think it's a solid B tier case. And I stand by that. I've got the least controversial opinion on that case. It's not an A tier case, right? There's too much wrong with it for it to be an A tier case, but it's the best case in its game. Right? It's the best case in its game. So, you know, I think that the other cases in that game are kind of like C tier at best. You know, 2-1 is kind of like D tier. 2-2 is low D, high E. 2-3 is B. And then 2-4 is like C tier. That's being generous. What have we done at the scene of the explosion? When I came out to the lobby to rest, I told Apollo about Bumrat Riney. I told him I dropped Riney in the courtroom as I was trying to escape before the blast. And then Apollo said he had an idea where Riney might be, so we went to take a look together. Huh. Fuck the MTR is what I learned from 2-2. Yeah. Fuck the MTR is definitely what I learned from 2-2, because, you know, it just needed to be handled better. Like, if the MTR introduction was handled just a bit better in 2-2, my opinion of that case would probably shift up by a couple of tiers. I guess Apollo can be pretty nice when he wants to be. So you weren't looking for Riney together before you were called back into courtroom number 5? Yeah. I'd had some time to rest, so I was able to go and look for him. But then they called me into courtroom number 5 to testify. Apollo insisted on staying there, though. 2-1 is C because banana. 2-2 is D because forgettable. 2-3 is problematic out of 20. You rate 2-4 as B+, but I think 2-4 was a good idea, but there was too much in it that irritated me from a gameplay standpoint to enjoy it, and I can't, in good conscience, put it above C tier. Well, I mean, yeah, the 2-1 C because banana. I mean, the banana was pretty funny, actually. Like, 2-1 might have been kind of shit in the sense that it was really forgettable, like a very basic case and kind of stupid in a lot of places, but the banana was genuinely very funny. With all his injuries, I wonder how he's managing. Wait, don't you think Athena looks kind of like a banana? I think Apollo might have figured something... Oh, sorry, wrong voice. I think Apollo might have figured something out. Wonder what it was. He told me, I'm gonna look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper. Just maybe he found some new piece of evidence? Yeah, look, she's Ica from Skies of Arcadia if she's reincarnated as a legal banana. Anyway, we better go get him. Good idea. Okay, so we're in courtroom number 4, huh? Oh!
Where are you, Apollo? Trial's over for today. Come on, I know you're... No.
Oh, is he passed out? Is he dead? Oh dear. Oh dear, he's dead. Well, that's unfortunate. Without a creepy stalker, Sky Pirate, and weird Space Girl partners. Yeah. Be kind of neat if there was like be kind of like neat if there was something like that. Save current progress? Yeah. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. Bone chilling, hair curling, death scream. Nope. Yeah. Yeah. Just my reaction to that information. My reaction to that information. Oh dear. This isn't exactly how I envisioned the second day of this trial to start. But given how things ended yesterday... Good morning. The mood sure is tense. Not that that's any surprise. Oh, hey, did you read the paper this morning, boss? The paper? That came out of left field. You didn't read it? Then you don't know the big news. Somebody spotted an abominable snowman way up in the mountains. Tell me you know the difference between a paper and a tabloid, Athena. It might show up in the forest where you live, Junie. So you better watch out. Okay? Adore abominable snowman when? That would be Snova from Pokemons. That would be Snova Pokemons. Silence in the lobby. If we had more of that, we'd have less corruption. Maybe. You really should read the story for yourself. I couldn't even begin to do it justice. Justice? Hashtag moist for Apollo. Huh? Oh, poor Apollo. Then it's all my fault. Athena! Oh, Judy, what was I thinking? I'm so sorry. What we found yesterday was not Apollo's dead body, thank goodness. He'd been assaulted by someone with a blow to the head and was lying unconscious. We rushed him to the hospital right away and it looks like he's going to pull through. But it was still quite a shock to stumble onto a scene like that. Imagine a lawyer getting hit on the back of the head with a heavy object in a, in a trial situation. Fancy that, Phoenix. Is Miss Woods alright, Athena? And then there's a Bomber Snow, who you learned was very strong in doubles in Gens 4 and 5. I never learnt competitive Pokemon meta. It's one of the reasons that I've actually stopped playing Scarlet, because apparently to progress in the final DLC, you need to know how to do competitive double strategy. And it's like, I don't want to have to learn competitive strategy to get through a DLC. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to think when I'm playing Pokemon. You know. I want to have my cute animals go out and murder other cute animals and eat their blood and drink their flesh. You know? I don't want to learn strategy. I was elected to lead, not to read. Is Miss Woods alright, Athena? Well, I managed to get her to stop crying. Now she's resting on that sofa over there. And I guess she really feels responsible for what happened to Apollo. Poor Junie. She believes that the reason Apollo was attacked is because he was helping her look for something in that courtroom. Oh? Guess I can see why she'd think that. By the way, how are you doing? Who, me? Yeah, you. I know you're concerned about Miss Woods, but are you alright? Me? I'm doing just fine, boss. I mean, yeah, it was a huge shock, but I'm alright. People who study analytical psychology are great at times like these. After all, they've learned how to control their own emotions too. Have you? Have you? There's a disconnect there. Somehow, I don't think it's as easy as she makes it sound. But there's no denying that she's a real trooper. Apollo doesn't remember a thing, does he? Yeah, He can't recall anything from the time right before he was assaulted. Nothing about what he was doing in courtroom number 4, or who assaulted him. The doctor said it's probably due to that hit he took to the head. Assaults in a court of law and losing your memory at that. I know how that feels. But who would do such a thing, huh, Mr. Wright? Oh, just wait till I get my hands on the guy who hurt our Apollo. Now, Athena. I thought you said you were in control of your emotions. Let's just focus on helping Miss Woods, okay? But I admit, I'm just as upset as you. Okay, boss, you're right. Apollo's assailant can wait until after we clear Junie's name. That's the spirit. You know, I just realised another Ica reference that we've got going on. Glove on one hand. Whoever designed this character, like, chat, do me a favour. Do me a favour. Look up who designed Athena. And then look up the character designer for Skies of Arcadia. Tell me if they're the same person. Now, let's see. I better check the court record one more time before the trial starts. Earth to Mr. Wright, I'm ready when you are. Alright, let's check the court record. So, Tsunade has the key to this. L10015R. That's apparently his ID code. The remote switch. The phony fancy tail. Except this is the bum rat briny tail. This is the bomb. Okay. Alright. Let's get ready to rumble. You bet. With everything that happened with Apollo, I didn't have time for a proper investigation. I can't let that stop me, though. I have to get this right for Miss Wood's sake, and Apollo's too. December the 18th, 9:50 AM. District Court, courtroom number 5. This animation is neat. Court is now in session. All rise. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honour.
The defence is also ready, Your Honour. Now then, I believe I instructed the prosecution to further their investigation. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question?
I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honour.
I must say I'm disappointed, Mr. Payne. Not angry, just disappointed. Oh boy.
I apologise, Your Honour.
Aha, looks like the prosecution is just as unprepared as I am.
There is a separate matter, however, that I would like to bring up during this trial.
A separate matter, you say? And what might that be? No, it doesn't seem to be the same person. Huh. I'm going to have to do some digging on that point, then. I'm really curious because she's so Ica-coded that, like, it's screaming at me.
I assume that you are aware that another incident occurred during yesterday's trial. I'm speaking, of course, of the assault on Mr. Justice in the ruins of courtroom number 4.
Uh-oh. Why is he bringing that up? Careful not to spoil myself while digging. The only thing I'm interested in is, like, is there... I might just ask the Reddit, because if I ask the Reddit, then the Reddit will probably be able to give me an answer without me risking spoilers. Character designer for Skies is Itsuki Hoshi. Okay. What a truly harrowing experience it must have been. Poor Mr. Justice.
At the time of the attack, Mr. Justice was not alone. He was with the defendant, Miss Juniper Woods.
Dual Destinies designer is Takuro Fuse. Okay. He isn't going where I think he's going with this, is he?
The prosecution wishes to indict Miss Woods on the charge of Mr. Justice's assault.
What? Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the incident under deliberation here is the courtroom bombing. The assault on Mr. Justice has nothing to do with this trial.
Ah, but I believe there is a connection between this case and Mr. Justice's assault. Please take a moment to consider these facts. Both events occurred in courtroom number 4. This is the location in courtroom number 4 where the unconscious Mr. Justice was discovered. As you can see, it's quite close to where Detective Arm's body was found.
Oh yeah, alright, I got the pun with can disarm now. I understand. Can disarm and detonate.
The question is, why did the culprit feel the need to maliciously attack Mr. Justice?
I didn't at first, no. Because I thought her name was being pronounced Arme. I thought it was like it didn't occur to me that Arm had a silent E at the end of it. Because it's spelt weird. Why indeed? What do you believe their motive to be, Mr. Payne?
I believe Mr. Justice found something in that courtroom while Miss Woods was with him. Evidence that fingered her as the perpetrator of the bombing.
I'm not touching that one, chat.
You mean he found some incriminating evidence?
Precisely. And so I surmise that the defendant picked up a piece of rubble and hit Mr. Justice on the back of the head in order to silence him.
Objection!
Hey, Kura, how you doing?
Judy'd never do such a thing.
She was devastated when we found Apollo hurt like that.
Miss Sykes, please control your outbursts.
It is the prosecution's belief that by deliberating on Mr. Justice's assault, we will draw ever closer to the truth of the courtroom bombing itself.
Very well. Miss Woods is hereby officially indicted on the charge of assaulting Mr. Justice.
What? Why are you listening to Mr. Toupee over there? Although, considering our conversation yesterday,
I think Apollo might have figured something out.
Wonder what it was.
He told me. I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper.
Maybe the two incidents really are related after all.
I would like to start by hearing from the defendant herself.
Very well. Bailiff, please bring Miss Woods to the witness stand. Smack her nuts.
I'm sorry. I can't seem to stop.
Sniffer. Miss Woods. Guess she's still really upset about Apollo.
Miss Woods, you went to the ruins of courtroom number 4 with Mr. Justice, did you not?
You tuned into the stream at the right time. Yeah.
Yes, I did. Good, good. If you would then, please testify about what happened to the court.
Excuse me.
During the trial yesterday, I was overcome with a fit of coughing. Apollo stayed with me and we went to the courtroom rooms together. But then I was called back to this courtroom to give testimony. Apollo insisted on staying behind in courtroom number 4. I swear I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person?
So, Mr. Justice stayed by your side while you were feeling unwell. What an admirable young man. I thought his loud voice was his only outstanding feature.
He may look like a little imp at times, but Apollo can be really nice too. I hope she didn't hurt her wrist backhanding that one out.
But one has to wonder, why did Mr. Justice stay behind in the ruins?
I think Apollo might have figured something out.
Something? What kind of something?
Something to do with the courtroom bombing kind of something, I think.
Oh ho! New evidence in the case, was it? That's a very big kind of something indeed.
I believe so. He mentioned looking for some evidence when I was called away.
Objection!
This is our first stream of the case. It is. We've never played this game before. Nope. It's right there in the stream title. It's right there in the stream title. You can see it. Definitely first stream. Yep. Yep. We're all in agreement.
Just as I thought, there is a connection between the two incidents. But the defendant has told a very big lie, Your Honor.
This case is about...
Oh my god, JC, a bomb! A bomb? What lie is that?
When she learned Mr. Justice would be looking for evidence, she attacked him. She attacked him to give herself the chance to destroy that evidence.
Someone should record that a bomb and make it into a sound effect me. You're giving me some ideas for a new redeem. Let me cook on that. Let me cook on that. Hold on. Let me just grab a notepad real quick. Hang on. Oh god. Right, noted.
Miss Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness with violence.
I mean, was it bedroom violence?
We found the proof of her foul deed there in the courtroom ruins.
What on? Oh, come on! Fuck off! No, goodbye. We're really doing this again. We're really doing this again with the finger and the blood. We're really doing this again with the finger and the blood. Good grief. Alright.
Do you see it there in front of Mr. Justice's right hand? Witness the message he left us.
It's written in blood. W-O-O-D-S. Why isn't that?
That's right, Your Honor. It says Woods in capital letters. What? I submit that Mr. Justice left us with the name of his attacker before he fainted.
It's in every fucking game. You'd hope the judge would have gotten wise to it. Look. If there's one huge contradiction between Ace Attorney and my day job, it's that my day job requires me to respect the judge, but Ace Attorney punishes me for the same. Alright?
No, that can't be true. Why would Apollo write my name?
Mr. Wright, the nerve of him leaving that message. Why would he do this? Hey, don't take it out on me. I don't understand it any more than you do. When we discovered Apollo yesterday... Apollo?
No.
Ah! Yeah. We didn't even have a chance to rush over to him. As soon as security heard Athena scream, they ran and cordoned off the area. After that, they were there in courtroom number 4 with Apollo the whole time. We couldn't investigate anything ourselves and had to leave everything to the police. Still, I never thought they would find some bloody writing there.
Now then, please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Okay. Okay.
Hold it!
Hold it! Do you always cough when you get nervous, Miss Woods?
Yeah.
Mr. Wright, please do not make Miss Woods nervous by pressing her so ruthlessly.
But that barely even qualified as a quasi-question. Let's help her relax with a little small talk before we dive into the cross-examination. You know, ask her about her hobbies and her crushes and stuff. I think we know about her crushes, Athena. Phoenix holding D's nuts. Oh god. Her crushes, really? I don't know about this.
Hold it!
Hold it! Why exactly did you go to the courtroom ruins?
We went to look for my medicine. To stop my coughing.
Your medicine? Why would your medicine be in courtroom number 4?
I dropped it in the heat of the moment. Bumrap Riney. He was keeping my medicine safe for me. He has a little compartment that I can put things in, you see.
Is it... Oh, wait. Was she storing her medicine in the rhino's womb? Oh! Oh no! Oh dear! Why'd she put the medicine in the rhino's womb? Why is it there? Why is it in the rhino's womb? What? Oh, okay, I'm back. Okay. And Phony Fancy has the same type of pocket. That's where the bomb was. Look! The same type of pocket! And where is it? Huh? Where is it? You throw things at me, but it's right there in front of us. It's right there. You hate that discombobulate effect. How about if I deep fry instead? Is that better? The womb is not in the ribcage. It is for men. I've seen the film Alien. I know how male pregnancy goes. The womb is definitely inside the rib cage. That's where the baby comes out.
I had put my medicine for my coughing fits inside Bumrap Riney. When I told Apollo about it, he said he'd help me go look for him. There was so much rubble in there. I was worried, but...
Fair and valid. I can't believe I actually won that point. Hey, Chad and Preg. The discombobulate has the same effect as weird AI art. Yeah, the thing is, like, a live 2D model is composed of loads of different parts. And the discombobulate basically breaks the model down into those components and starts flinging them around weirdly. It's kind of neat. It's kind of neat. It creeps you out something for years. The best thing is, I can just, like, wobble a little bit as well. If I just press it for half a second, I can just, like, wobble a little bit and it's like, what's happening? What's happening? Am I drunk? Was there something inside that cocaine? Ooh. God, it's so fucking weird.
there was no rubble or anything in front of the witness stand. So when we got inside, Apollo went straight there. I started looking for my Riney in that area. It was so nice of him to do that for me, in spite of all his injuries. Apollo is so strong and kind, just like the trees of the forest.
Oh, she definitely wants his babies.
The way she makes him sound.
You think Apollo was some kind of ancient god? Oh, wait. So that's why you went to the ruins, I see. That seems to be quite an important fact. Please add it to your testimony, Miss Woods. They actually did that joke. They did.
Apollo started looking for Bumrap Riney near the witness stand where there was no rubble.
Hold on. That's the witness stand. Where there's no rubble. There certainly looks like there's rubble.
Hold it!
The area around the witness stand, are you sure about that?
I'm sorry. Did I say something wrong?
No, of course not. I was just testing my hearing. Must not upset her. Must not upset her.
Yeah, I'm sure that's where we searched first.
Okay.
Hold it!
That was when you were called to the stand after Mr. Tenasi's testimony, right? Ooh. In 3D, this face, he's made while he's cringing, is really well made. It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, the bailiff came to courtroom number 4 and brought me back to this courtroom.
And what about Mr. Justice? Did he come with you or did he stay behind? They did a top-notch job translating the art-style expressions to 3D. It's pretty neat. I gotta say, it's pretty neat.
Hold it!
I better not ask her about Apollo. I know. I'll use some small talk here to get her to relax a bit. Do you have any hobbies, Miss Woods?
Hobbies? Oh, well, I love growing vegetables in my garden. And I love to knit. I like sewing too. I made this outfit myself.
Keep it up, Mr. Wright. It's working. Now ask her if she has a crush on anyone. Is there anyone in particular you like right now?
Mr. Wright, is that question even remotely related to the case?
To this case? Not really. I think it is, though, because she's definitely moist for Apollo. Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking questions unrelated to the case at hand. Sorry, Your Honor. -1 to brownie points.
Miss Woods, please continue with your testimony. I believe you're telling the court about your attack on Mr. Justice.
Hold it! So, you think Mr. Justice is kind?
Yes, very kind. He rescued me. He's like the sun, strong and warm. He makes me feel strong too.
The only adjectives I associate with the sun are sweltering and oppressive. You're still waiting on the Investigations remaster. You think with Investigations 2 Never Coming Overseas, probably some issues? Yeah, I've heard that the translation is kind of fucked up. I've heard that if you use the translation, like, it does something weird to whatever you run it off of. Which is unfortunate, but...
It's all my fault.
Junie, Apollo's going to be fine. He's just like the sun, right? Well, the sun doesn't just drop out the sky. It does if you play in Super Mario.
You really think he'll be fine? But the sun does go down at night. Then that means Apollo could...
You didn't have any issue with it? Oh, okay. I heard that there was like a problem with the thing that you run it off of, and that it would cause really like bad translation issues, so that text was just unreadable. Mr. Payne, I do not think much of men who make young ladies cry.
Oh!
So Apollo was trying to help Juniper. You ran it on your 3DS. Oh, okay. Wait, I think that might be the difference, because I think it's if you run it off of anything that's not a 3DS, that's when you're going to have problems. Who knew that Apollo could be such a sweetheart? It must have been pretty hard on him too, with all that rubble everywhere. Now that I think about it, there's something odd about what Apollo was able to do. You know, considering what Miss Wood said just now, I think you're right. That courtroom was in a very unusual state after all. Which leaves the million-dollar question, what would explain this contradiction? Anyway, I'll see what happens when I present what I suspect is our answer. Okay. So Phoenix obviously has some idea as to what's going on here. Check the court record. Oh, you sly motherfucker. Look, Woods 10015. Right? 10015. That could be a 7 with an extra bit added to it. 710015, but the 7 is kind of upside down for whatever reason. It only just occurred to me when I was looking. I was like, that looks almost like numbers. That looks almost like numbers, and I was like, okay. Apollo stayed with me. We went to the courtroom rooms together. Apollo started looking for bum rat briny near the witness stand where there was no rubble. Right? Now. It's the question is, what does she mean by this? Does she mean by the witness stand where there is no rubble, as in there is no rubble near the witness stand, which is clearly a lie because there's fucking tons of it? Or does she mean in the area near the witness stand where there was no rubble? So the area that is near the witness stand that does not have rubble in it. Yeah, it just kind of came to me. I was just looking and thinking, that looks awfully like numbers. And then I remembered 1001. Haven't I seen that somewhere before? So... didn't Athena say she'd jump in and help out? And then let's go back to this courtroom to give testimony. Apollo assisted in... So, I feel like it's the middle statement. I think you have to have failed a lot for Athena to help. Ha. Okay. I think it's this statement. I feel like it's this statement. But this is really unclear. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be... I know I'm supposed to present something, but what I need to present is really unclear. I'm just gonna have to random bullshit go this one, chat. I have no idea. Well, I have an idea, but I just don't trust that it's a... I think I've overcooked it.
Objection!
Oh, I didn't overcook it. So he starts his search with the witness stand, you say? That's right. I guess maybe he wanted to start from the furthest point in the room. He was being so brave. And strong. But that's odd. Under the circumstances, he shouldn't have been capable of that. But he was, and he still is. He might not look it, but he really is brave and kind too. And he has a huge willy. No, that's not the part I'm finding fault with. Someone has a crush on Apollo. What you're claiming is something that no one should have been able to do. But I should think that anyone can be brave and kind if they wanted to be, Mr. Wright. True, anyone can be brave and kind, but if you'd please take a look at this diagram. With the courtroom in this state, how is it possible to walk up to the witness stand? Oh! I see your point. The rubble blocks off access to the area around the witness stand. Huh. Does such a tiny inconsistency even matter? Perhaps the witness is simply misremembering it. Ugh. Great, now I'm not so sure it matters. A real man doesn't make mountains out of molehills, you know. But that's precisely what Mr. Wright does best. Oh, I call slander, Your Honor. So, was it really impossible to approach the witness stand? I have to say, it's a bit hard to tell with any accuracy just from this diagram. Mr. Payne, do you have any other photos of the crime scene? Let me see, Your Honor. Ah, yes, I have one more. Here it is. It's a more pulled back version of the photo I presented before. That fucking case is there. Wait, hang on. Look. 100115R. He was writing that. Ah ha 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 ha. Huh? What's that hunk of metal on wheels? Mr. Payne, is that metallic object in the photo of Mr. Darcy's bomb transport case? That's right. Is there some problem?
Ah, yes, that transport case was there in courtroom number 4 when the bomb went off. It must have been there ever since.
Oh, that's it.
Miss Woods, have you remembered something?
Yeah, I just realised. Its position. It's different from before.
Its position? The position of what?
The position of that big metal thing.
The bomb transport case?
Yeah, when Apollo and I went there, it was in a different place. Where the case is in the photo was open space, so it was easy to search the stand.
I see. So where was the transport case when you and Mr. Justice saw it?
As I recall, I think it was more to the right.
To the right? Then that means... In that case, the case was over there at the time of Apollo's attack.
Who cares where the transport case was? What difference does it make? It has nothing at all to do with what we were talking about.
Objection!
Uh-oh. Where the transport case was has everything to do with this discussion. In fact, it's so important that it's enough to turn the prosecution's argument on its ear.
What?
Well, that certainly sounds very relevant indeed. And you sound as though you know where the case was at the time of the attack.
Yes, Your Honor. This diagram represents the crime scene as it was shown in the safe scan photo. And this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault on Mr. Justice. Alright, I have this. The bomb transport case was here at the time of Apollo's attack. Well, she said it was more to the right. So, entering the building for game 5, you fucking know it. She said it was more to the right, so it'd have to be like here.
Take that!
Your Honor, I assert that this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault. But that's...
Inconceivable!
Miss Woods, was this where the transport case was when you saw it?
Yeah, that's where it was.
Thank you, Miss Woods. I'm sure the court has noted an interesting fact about this possession. The transport case covers up the writing in blood. Exactly. If the transport case was in that position at the time of the assault, then no message could have been written there because the case was in the way. Which leads us to conclude that Mr. Justice couldn't have left that bloody writing.
Why should we believe the defendant's claim that the case was in a different position? She's obviously lying.
Objection!
The fact that the case was moved after the assault of Mr. Justice is proved by more than Miss Wood's testimony alone.
What? And where is this proof you're talking about?
It's right here in the crime photo. I'm keen to see this proof myself, Mr. Wright. What in the photo indicates that the transport was moved after the assault? Is it the wheel tracks? Hold on. Oh, I don't know about this. There's one part of the wheel tracks. There. That bit there. No? Oh. Over his bandage. Over his Lord Matuki style bandage.
Take that!
Take that! Please take a look at the mark over at the mark that runs over Mr. Justice's bandages here. I see it, but what is it? This mark was made by one of the casters from the transport case carrying the bomb. As the case was moved, it ran over his bandages. In other words, the transport case was originally to the right of Mr. Justice. Then, after he was assaulted, the transport case was moved.
What?
Just as Miss Woods said, the case was covering the writing at the time of the assault. Therefore, it was impossible for Mr. Justice to have left that message in blood.
No!
When's his hair going to blow up?
You did it, boss.
It was a real nail biter, but you pulled it off. Yep, that should bring down the prosecution's claim like a house of cards. Order! Order in the court. Mr. Wright, that was a very clever deduction. I was nothing, Your Honor. Nothing but pure genius. Take that. Boss, I'm sensing a definite smug and braggy vibe coming off of you.
Oh!
Wait, is Gaspin Payne fauna?
Oh!
I have just one question, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. If Mr. Justice did leave this message in blood, then who did?
What?
Oh!
What have I done to Payne now? I have canchoed his bottom. Looks like I should have taken that train of thought through to the last station.
Well, I've heard a lot about this. So this is Mr. Wright's famous bluffing technique, is it?
Ah, this feeling, it brings back memories of the old days. Back when you carved out a name for yourself by bluffing your way through thick and thin.
Gee, Mr. Wright, the judge kind of makes you sound no better than a 2-bit con man.
You made your argument with such confidence, Mr. Wright. Now I'd like to hear your answer with just as much confidence.
Hey, until the judge asks the question, you didn't catch an either, Buster. What now, boss?
I hope you didn't bluff your way into a corner.
Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way through this. I have to dig my way to the truth somehow. We have to dig our way into the save scum somehow. He's back, chat. Who could have written that message in blood? The culprit? Apollo? Someone else? The culprit. It's always the culprit. If Apollo didn't leave that bloody writing, maybe it was Apollo's attacker who wrote it and made it look like Apollo did it? That seems like the most reasonable explanation. But wait a minute. I just realised something, boss. What is it? Look at the amount of blood in the photo. It doesn't look like Apollo bled very much. I wonder if it's even possible to write out woods with just this much. Hey, you're right. Good thing Apollo doesn't lose that much blood. That might be a factor in why he survived the assault. And since there was so little blood, that pretty much rules out his attacker, huh? I guess so. But if it wasn't his attacker, then who else could it have been? Someone else. If it wasn't Apollo, who could have left the bloody message? Oh, have I fucked it, chat? Athena, you did it. Oh, who could it have been? The only person I can... I think we're going to have to finger this guy. Because he's the one who has the case, right? Let's try it. Let's see what happens.
Take that!
This person left the bloody writing. And what do you base this claim on?
Do I... It's... Okay, so that's a fuck up. I knew that I knew that was going to be a bad route to go down. Okay, we skip back. Who could have written that message in blood? So, the culprit, Apollo, or someone else? It's not the culprit. Someone else. I want to say someone else. The person who wrote the bloody message was none other than Mr. Justice.
Pardon me?
What? Huh? Mr. Wright, didn't you just finish saying that it couldn't have been Apollo? Don't try to blame it on old age. Oh, yeah, I did just say, didn't I? Not only does your head resemble a bird, but it seems you have a bird brain as well.
Mr. Wright, please try to think before you speak.
Oh, I'd better give that another try. Okay, so it has to be someone else, but... The only other person who's bled that much is her. So I guess we got to roll the. We're gonna have to roll the dice with this one, chat, because it's the only thing I've got to go on is she's bled a ton. She's bled a lot. Let's try it.
Take that!
To be honest, I don't actually have any real proof of this, but I've come this far. There's no turning back now. That was a dice roll. I don't know how the game expects me to reach that conclusion. Besides Apollo, there was one more person who shed blood at this crime scene. So it was literally the fact that she bled. Okay. Seems like kind of a reach.
A person who shed blood? You don't mean...
Oh, but I do. I believe it was Candice Arm who left behind this message in blood.
What?
What? Detective Arm? Are you sure you know what you're doing here? Not really.
Objection!
What kind of ridiculous assertion is that? If you had said that the attacker left the message to throw people off, it might have made sense. At first glance, that would seem to be the most reasonable explanation. However, Apollo didn't shed enough blood to write such an extensive message. Uh-oh.
I see. Even the photo makes it clear there wasn't enough blood to write all those letters. And Mr. Justice did survive. I suppose he didn't bleed very extensively in that case.
But why would Detective Arm write the defendant's name? There is no connection between the two whatsoever. I didn't even know the lady was killed. I admit the investigation didn't turn up any connection between victim and defendant. They had never even met each other. That's very true. Well then, let's see. Then maybe the intended meaning of the message is not what it appears to be. The intended meaning? Not what it appears to be. Maybe the message was not intended to be woods. Coming from you, that's quite the bold statement, Mr. Wright. You wish to assert this bloody writing could have some other meaning? Yes, Your Honor. For something I pulled out of a wormhole, it could turn out to be true, right?
Objection!
It clearly says woods, as anyone can plainly see. What other meaning could it possibly have?
Objection!
But Candice Arm was a detective. Maybe woods only means something to the police. Like a police scanner code, for example. I didn't think of that.
You may have tricked His Honor, but you'll never get the best of me. I have a thing for studying on the weekends, if you may have already guessed. And there is no such radio code as woods in this state, Mr. Wright.
Is that a fact? Huh. Don't look at me. I only know as much as you do about police codes. Enough of this. I was quite taken with the defence's new theory. But if they can't substantiate it with anything, then I must end things here. No, please wait, Your Honor. Very well, but before we discuss this theory any further, I demand a plausible explanation. A plausible save. Alright, Judge, you're on. You're on, Judge. Let's save the game. So, Mr. Wright, what is the true meaning of the bloody writing? Well, I believe it's... And no stalling! If you can't come with an answer quickly, I will declare this discussion officially over. I'm in trouble now. What other meaning could it have besides the obvious one? Maybe it means something in another language? Or maybe it's a code. Think, Phoenix. You can do this. Which piece of evidence will tell us what the word woods really means? This. It's gotta be.
Take that!
The bomb transport case? I've about had it up to here with your shenanigans, Mr. Wright.
Take a look at the numbers on this case, Your Honor. L10015R. Doesn't this string look vaguely familiar?
L1... What does that have to do with anything?
What could those numbers possibly have to do with the case at hand?
Now please take a look at the bloody writing shown in the crime photo. Oh, I think I see it. That a girl. That's one for my side. It says wood.
It says woods.
Or, you could say it's a horse of different colour, Your Honour. The first character isn't a W. It's actually an L and a 1. The next two are zeros.
Oh, my goodness.
The true meaning behind the bloody writing isn't Miss Wood's name. It's the number engraved on this bomb transport case. Is this game's version of Pursuit?
Objection!
What are you talking about? The next part doesn't make any sense.
Oh, let's have a look at it again. I cooked that one well. Yeah. I forgot that was supposed to be an L, though. I thought it was a 7 for some reason, but yeah. Even despite cooking it wrong, I managed to cook it right.
The next number is a 1, but the bloody writing says D.
Objection!
But the number on the case and the bloody writing can be made to match up quite easily. This is how the number on the transport case can be made to match the bloody writing. Shit. Erase that line. Erase that line. So erase 2 lines. Erase 2 lines. Right? The one is upside down. Kind of? Let's have a look at it again. L 1001. Yeah, see, if we take out that line, and we take out this line here for the D. No, it's not written with a... It's written as a line because this one is also a 1. So there's two 1s. Take out this line. Take out this tiny little line here. And then you get the code. Please erase the third downward stroke of the W and the curved part of the D. Whoa! Would you look at that? Lewis. No, Your Honour. It isn't meant to be read as a word. It's the number L10015, which, if you take away the final R, is the exact same number that's on the bomb transport case.
Huh. Erase two lines and they match up, you say? Well, I can change anything into anything else simply by erasing two lines. What if we erase two lines from your name? Would you be happy as Mr. Rye?
Well, would you, Mr. Rye? The only right spelling is right. Okay, I'm doing pretty well here, and I think I've drawn the right conclusion. Detective Arm's real message to us is the bomb transport case number. Your Honour, the two lines were added by the real culprit to intentionally mislead people.
What?
The original message Detective Arm left behind was the transport case number, but whoever assaulted Apollo changed the message. If you're right, boss, then what do you suppose Detective Arm was trying to tell us? Good question. What does this number represent?
Do you see this number here? That is my identification number.
Candice Arm lost her life in the courtroom bombing. Her dying message could only have had one purpose.
No!
To tell us the name of the one responsible for the... Fuck off! No! No, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way they've actually made this the answer. There's no fucking way. Oh my god. They've literally done an Uno reverse on the most common trope in this fucking series. Well, don't keep us suspense, Mr. Wright. Tell us who she was trying to name. The culprit that the victim was trying to identify is none other than... Ted Tenati. Take that! The defense wishes to indict Mr. Ted Tenati on the charge of the courtroom bombing. Uh-oh. Ted Tenati? Apparently, disabling bombs isn't Mr. Tenati's only speciality. Somehow, the victim must have realised that he was the bomber. So when she was caught in the blast, she left his bomb transport case number as a dying message. She used Mr. Tenati's own ID number to finger him for the crime. I'm sorry. I'm a say-so little guy, I promise.
Objection!
Why would anyone go out of their way to write an ID number? Wouldn't they simply write the person's name?
He's got a good point there. What do you have to say to that, Mr. Wright? The only Detective Arm would know the answer to that, but allow me to offer a theory. Perhaps Detective Arm couldn't recall Mr. Tenati's name in the heat of the moment. As I recall, this was the first meeting between the two. It's entirely possible they wouldn't have been familiar with each other. Or maybe using the ID number was a way to hide the true meaning from the real culprit. Okay. Thus lowering the odds they would erase the bloody writing. But no matter what the reason, the important thing is the meaning behind her message. The fact remains that she wrote Mr. Tenati's ID number.
Now, just one moment here. There hasn't been any proof yet that it was indeed Detective Arm who wrote it. The bloody writing wasn't found during the investigation after the blast. If Detective Arm had left the message, it should have been found at that time.
Objection!
Naturally, Mr. Tenati hid it before anyone could discover it. And there's a simple explanation for how he was able to do so. What? Mr. Cerata was able to cover the message up because he's... the first to find the body, I think. That's the one that makes the most sense to me. The first person to discover the bloody writing was Mr. Cerata himself. I was the first one on the scene after the explosion. I went there to ensure safety, but I ended up discovering a dead body. When Mr. Cerata saw that the victim had written his ID number, he used the bomb transport case to cover up the bloody writing as a stopgap measure. Oh, so that's why the message in blood was under the transport case. He didn't have enough time to try and scrub away the writing. If he didn't report the body right away, he'd look suspicious. So those letters lived on to serve another function. When Mr. Cerata used them in another incident.
Oh, the assault on Mr. Justice.
Exactly. Mr. Cerata hit upon a plan to use the bloody writing for his own purposes. So he didn't clean it away. Instead, he made it look like Mr. Justice wrote it, by adding 2 lines to the writing that Detective Arm left behind. He changed the meaning of the message. He made it look like Mr. Justice was accusing Miss Woods of the attack. So that means the only person who could have altered the bloody writing was the courtroom bomber, who was the same person that assaulted Mr. Justice. And that person is Ted Tenassi. Ah! The way the models stay frozen in posture when it does this pan.
Order in the court, order I say. It looks like we'll have to hear from the bomb specialist himself. Mr. Payne, please have Mr. Tenassi take the witness stand.
Yes, Your Honor.
That was great, Mr. Wright. Just doing what I do best, which is flying by the seat of my pants. Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? I look forward to seeing you try. I finally draw Mr. Tenassi back onto the witness stand. Looks like you'll get your wish, Goggleman. Now watch me take your lies apart.
Mr. Tenassi, I'm afraid we have a few more questions for you.
I understand the situation, Your Honor. I was keeping a close eye on the proceedings from the gallery. The allegations are all laughable.
Objection!
I would be laughing if I were you, Mr. Tenassi. The message in blood matches your ID number. The same ID number that is there on that bomb transport case. Such a far-fetched theory, no better than a tangled ball of wires.
I'll have them untangled for you in no time at all.
You were the first person on the scene after Detective Arm left a message in blood. You were the only one who could have hidden the writing and then used it again later. I see ×2, but then let me ask you, do you have any proof that Detective Arm wrote that message?
That's a very good question. Well, do you, Mr. Wright?
The best way to prove that Detective Arm wrote that message is to analyze the handwriting, analyze the DNA. The DNA doesn't prove that she wrote it. Your Honour, I request a handwriting analysis be performed on the bloody writing.
A handwriting analysis?
I'm sorry, but that's just not possible. Unlike writing done with a pen, for example, a message left with a finger is difficult to properly analyse for unique characteristics. And with such a small sample, it would be even more difficult to analyse. Oh, so the DNA test was the right one. Your Honour, I request that the DNA test be performed on the blood itself. Once we know whose it is, it will be obvious as to who wrote the message.
Oh? Very well. Bailiff, please put in a request for a DNA test with the forensic team. Smack their nuts. Yes, Your Honour, don't smack my nuts. It will be some time before we have the results of the analysis. Until then, let's hear more from the witness.
I would like nothing more, Your Honour. I want the court to hear how ridiculous the defence's theory is. He's a creepy motherfucker, isn't he? I admit I was the first on the scene after the explosion, but there was no bloody writing there at the time. Anyway, there is no way Detective Arm could have written it. She struck her head on the rubble and died near the courtroom entrance. She was too far away from where the bloody message was found. So you're saying that the victim's body was nowhere near where the writing was? Precisely. It was as plain as day that she could not have written it. It's true the body was discovered near the entrance to the courtroom. Please have a look at this crime scene photo. As you can see, there is blood on the rubble near the victim's body. She must have died after hitting her head there.
Okay. I see. All right then, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
Do you have to what it takes to take my infallible testimony apart?
Why is he challenging us?
Hold it! Why were you the first person on the scene? This is definitely one of the more complex first cases so far. Yeah. It's kind of following that trend that 4-1 put in place, huh? To secure the area, it is regulation for a bomb disposal specialist to enter first. In other words, you had the opportunity to alter the bloody writing then, didn't you? Well...
Objection!
Mr. Wright, please don't interrupt. Mr. Tenassi is about to give testimony that will show just how wrong your reasoning is.
Darn.
I think he was just about to say something interesting too. When I went in and saw the aftermath, well, it was quite the disaster.
Hold it!
Hold it!
You were able to tell this even with those goggles on.
With these goggles, there is no way I could have missed something like that. I can see quite well with them. In fact, I can see every hair on your spiky head. Oh, you have a few greys, Mr. Wright.
What?
Poor Mr. Wright. You're always working so hard keeping our office together.
Wait a minute. I don't have any grey hairs.
Just kidding.
Objection!
I object to the witness's attempts to prematurely give me grey hair. Mr. Tenassi, this court frowns upon untoward comments on a person's hair or lack thereof.
I'm sensing a great wave of sorrow coming from the judge. My apologies, Your Honour. May I please continue my testimony?
Getting a DNA test wasn't the first thing they did. No, this court's kind of dumb.
Hold it!
Hold it!
If she didn't write it, then who do you propose did?
Mr. Justice, of course. Just before dying, he wrote the name of his attacker, Juniper Woods. A final message from your poor subordinate.
Poor Mr. Justice, I'm starting to get all misty-eyed. Apollo's not dead, folks. So how can you be so sure it wasn't Detective Arm who wrote the message?
It is very simple. She had struck her head on rubble and died near the courtroom entrance.
Hold it!
Hold it!
Do you imagine she was thrown back by the force of the blast?
A bomb can inflict damage not only from the explosion itself, but also substantial secondary damage from the blast wind. Detective Arm unfortunately hit her head on some rubble. It's stated in her autopsy report as well. Cause of death, trauma to back of the head.
Ah, the autopsy report. I better take another look at that.
Now do you see, Detective Arm could not have written that message.
Shall we update it? She died from trauma to the back of the head. I mean, it sure looks that way. We have an updated autopsy report. Trying to make sure these pictures look the same. Basically do, yeah.
The reason for that being...
Hold it!
Hold it!
Isn't it possible she could have crawled to the area of the bloody message?
If that were true, then how did she return to the spot near the entrance? Maybe she crawled back after writing it. The autopsy report. There's a very wide time of death, isn't there?
Would you like to get down on the floor and give us a demonstration of your theory?
No, thank you. The victim's body and the writing are several yards from each other. There's no way she could reach.
Quite the conundrum.
So that means something is off somewhere. There must be a contradiction. Oh, maybe the body was moved. But that doesn't explain how blood got onto the rubble. What if that was done by the real culprit after the fact? If that's the case, there's something about that might contradict the evidence we have. This is really precise. Look, time of death is between 8 and 11 AM. We don't know when the bomb went off. She was too far away from where the bloody message was found. Look at the description of the autopsy report. Trauma to back of head caused by impact with a flat object. Are we saying that's a pointed object? Are we saying that's a pointed object? And not a flat object? The cause of death. Trauma to back of head caused by impact with a flat object. Are we saying that's not flat? Are we saying that's a point? Is that impact with a flat object? Is that what we're saying? Are we saying that this is a point? Are we saying that this is not flat and that this is a... I mean, I can see the logic, because that's not flat. That is a pointed... That's a point. I'm going to roll with that.
Objection!
It is. You are a terrible liar, Mr. Tenassi. Take a look at this autopsy, specifically the part about Detective Army's head injury. Cause of death, trauma to back of head caused by impact with a flat object.
Yes, what about it?
Now take a good look at the bloody piece of rubble. It's sharp and pointed. Hey, you're right, boss. It is pointy. Oh my god, Phoenix is getting some. Phoenix is finally getting laid. Not like this. Edgeworth in absolute shambles. Edgeworth is in absolute bits right now. Just like your hair. That is odd, isn't it? What could be the meaning of this contradiction? I believe it means the victim did not hit her head on this piece of rubble. The bloodstain you see is just another fabrication. Its purpose is to mislead us into thinking the victim died near the courtroom entrance. Do you bonk? You missed the joke. Athena said, wow, boss, it is pointy.
Are you claiming the culprit moved the victim's body?
That's exactly what I'm claiming. The victim hit her head at some other location. Most likely on the floor or some other flat surface. And this location was somewhere near where the bloody writing was found. In that case, she definitely could have written the message. Your Honour, I have the results of the bloodstain analysis. Ah, very good timing. Let's take a look. According to the report, the message was written in Detective Arm's blood. And as the defence claims, only the parts of the message that were added afterwards were written in Mr. Justice's blood. You're still not getting the joke. It's probably best if you don't, then. It would appear that the defence's assertion is correct after all. Okay. Yes, you did it. You were right, boss. Let's have a look at that in the court record, huh? DNA analysis definitively proves that the blood in the writing to be that of the victim, Candice Arm, age 27. However, the lines that were added later were found to be written in the blood of Apollo Justice, age 23. Now I have to drive it home. I'll have to take a good look at the bloody writing analysis later.
Mr. Tenati, it is now apparent that you have told several lies to this court. I hope you have some sort of explanation for yourself.
Fine, I will confess. You will? But then why are you so calm? This time, I will tell the truth. It is true that Detective Arm wrote my ID number. She very plainly wrote L10015R. I was shocked. But I did not detonate the bomb. Detective Arm must have mistaken me for the real bomber. Not wanting to be accused, I moved the body and covered the writing. My bad.
God, he's fucking transparent as fuck. I see. So it is your assertion that you merely moved the body, is that it?
That is correct. I did not kill Detective Arm.
Oh well, if that's all you did then. Wait a minute! That in and of itself a criminal act!
Glad to see you finally crossed that finish line, Your Honour.
Very well then, your cross-examination please, Mr. Wright. And be merciless with him, smack his nuts!
This judge really likes smacking nuts, huh?
Hold it!
Hold it! So you admit that you actually did see the bloody writing that Detective Arm left? My bad. I should have said so from the outset. And you're sure it was your ID number? I am sure. It was definitely my ID number. That number was assigned exclusively to me by the police department. The number is assigned to my goggles as well. So those funky things were provided by the police department. Although these are special goggles customized by me personally. Speaking of personalized, these sunglasses of mine were custom made as well. They were specially created to be particularly dark and shiny.
Speaking of special, my gavel is made of mahogany. It was custom made as well. It was specially created to make a particularly loud and resonating sound.
Wish I had something to brag about. The judge literally just flashing his fucking gavel. Be it all of that as it may, I just want to reconfirm. You saw the bloody writing clearly. And that it was your ID number. That is correct. My ID number was written in blood on the floor.
Hold it!
L10015R. And it was written after the bomb went off in the courtroom. Correct. I didn't know why she would write it, so that sent me into a panic.
Sounds like you were in quite a tizzy.
If I were in his shoes, I guess it would have psyched me out too. I can't imagine coming across the message "Psychs" written in blood. If I saw "gasp in pain" written in blood, it'd certainly make me gasp. Rest assured, Mr. Tenati, I understand how you must have felt.
And so you discovered your ID number written in blood at the scene, and?
That is right. I saw it with my own eyes. It clearly said L10015R. Innocent by reason of being in a tizzy.
Hold it!
Hold it! Didn't you? The victim may have had special knowledge of who the bomber was. I have no idea what thoughts Detective Arm may have had inside her head.
It's not like you ever dispelled her mind to check.
Mr. Wright, if you have suspicions about the witness, let's see your proof. Evidence is everything in a court of law. Even school children know that. How many years have you been a defense attorney now?
Cut me some slack, will you?
Don't feel bad, boss. You just got your attorney's badge back after all. In that sense, you're still more of a beginner than I am. Oh. I suppose I should be thankful you're not a licensed psychologist.
Mr. Tenati, please continue with your testimony.
With pleasure. My ID number was left at the scene, but...
Hold it!
Hold it! By mistaken, do you mean that you had nothing to do with the explosion? That is correct. That is why I was so shocked when I saw my ID number. The victim may have suspected Mr. Tenati for no reason other than the fact that, as the bomb specialist, he was in charge of the bomb. In other words, a false accusation. It's vocational discrimination, I say.
I do not support discrimination of any kind.
Well spoken, Your Honor. If the victim had been found to be killed with a gavel, Mr. Bluesuit over there probably would have pinned the crime on you.
He would? Well, that just wouldn't do. Mr. Wright, if you dare to try to pin anything on me, I'll find you in contempt of court.
The bomb is under your bench, Judge. The bust is under your bench. But I've never even tried to harm a strand of your beard, Your Honor. Well said, Mr. Payne. Because I am so closely associated with bombs, I was afraid I would be prosecuted if anyone saw the bloody writing. You expected the joke? Yeah.
Hold it!
You didn't think to clean away the bloody writing? I didn't have time. By the time I found the message, the blood was already dry. The police were waiting just outside for me to secure the room. And I still had to move the body. I was in a panic. With no time to spare, I temporarily covered the writing with my case. Didn't you think the police would find it during their investigation? Regulation stipulates only specialists may touch transport cases. Because of the danger, you see. I thought I would clean up the writing once they were finished. My bad. Do you really think that will just magically smooth everything over? This guy's something else. And I don't believe Detective Arm's dying message was just some mistake. He won't wriggle out of this that easily. What did Mr. Tenassi see when he first discovered the bloody writing? There has to be a contradiction hidden in his testimony somewhere. So... what are we looking for, chat? But I did not detonate the bomb. Detective Arm must have mistaken me for the real bomber. Not wanting to be accused, I moved the body and covered the writing. My bad. What do we got? So we've got this. We've got the photo of the body. We've got the two photos of Apollo. So one close-up, one less close-up. Hold on. Regulation stipulates only approved people can move the case. The case is moved. So he must have moved the case. I don't think that's relevant to this statement, though. Chat, help me out. What am I looking for? What am I looking for, chat? Tenassi has the key. Anything? You guys got anything for me? Big think, yeah. My brain's beginning to hurt a little bit. I don't know what it's trying to get me to do here. We need to present something. It was stolen just before the blast and is now missing. No? Nothing? Am I just going to have to random bullshit go this one, chat? Alright. I did not detonate the bomb. Can we see a zoom out of arm? No, we can't. Well, the only zoom out we've got is this one. That's the only one we got. I have no idea. I have no idea what we're supposed to do here, chat. Literally none. There's no R in the photo. I mean, you say that. There's part of it. There is part of it there, but it's been blown away. So it's not infeasible to think it was there before. Because look, there's part of the R is there. Part of it, but that's not plain. It's plain enough I've picked up on it. I'll try this, but I really am like, this is a real guide dang it moment. It had pulled it back so far, only to really throw some bullshit at him at the end. All right.
Objection!
I just want to make doubly sure that L10015R is really what we saw written in blood. Yes, it is very clearly said L10015R. But that's odd, because that's not what I see.
Objection!
What on earth are you babbling on about now? Wasn't it you who claimed the bloody writing was his ID number in the first place?
Take a good look at the photo and the bloody writing analysis. Now tell me, does it really say L10015R? Ooh! Ah! Something's missing, isn't it? And that something is the final R. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Tenati? I mean, I kind of feel like it would have been written there and he's just pulled it up to use as the murder weapon. Oh, alright, now I remember. There was no R on the end. It was just a slip of the finger. My bad. Come back, my beautiful contradiction. Mr. Wright, I'm not so sure it was just a simple slip of the finger. You have something for me, Athena? Oh, no worries, Shurev. No worries at all. You sleep well, alright? You sleep well at all. Never feel bad about lurking in my stream. Never feel bad about lurking in my stream because, you know, I don't mind that at all. I don't mind that one bit. I'm just glad people hang out with me. So yeah, you take care. And yeah, sleep well. Sleep very well. I sense he's extremely agitated, almost panicked. He does look pretty flustered. Insert lurker noises here. How are these lurker noises, Hades? Well, Mr. Agipage, it was nothing more than a mistake. I don't know. Did he really just make a typo? What about that R? Did Mr. Snarky really see it? He actually saw it. Because it was the murder weapon. Well, I guess everybody makes mistakes. Oh, I pressed the wrong thing. No, don't save. Load. I pressed the wrong fucking thing. I wanted to say he actually saw it. Maybe Mr. Nasty really did see the R. But there's no R anywhere in the bloody writing. What's going on here? Huh? Now that I take another good look at the photo, I think maybe. That's it! What is it now, Mr. Wright? Are you trying to imitate Apollo's Cords of Steel? I've got it. So that's what happened. A slip of the finger? Is that really all it was? Because I don't think so. I propose that Mr. Tenassi really did see the lesser R. But the photo clearly shows there is no R. No, Your Honor. Actually, just the opposite is true. The photo shows that Mr. Sarsi actually could have seen the R.
If you're going to make that claim, you'd better be able to point out what you mean. What part of the photo shows that Mr. Cerata could have seen the R?
This bit.
Take that!
Please look here to the right of the 5. Do you see a little bit of red?
Oh, I see it. Just on the edge of where the floor is broken up.
That's the R that Mr. Tanasi saw.
Objection!
It's true that the witness wears some very, very odd goggles, but that doesn't mean his eyesight is bad, nor his brain power. What part of that little smudge looks like an R to you?
Objection!
But what Mr. Tanasi saw wasn't that little smudge. There was a whole and complete R written there. Before the floor was damaged by the explosion.
Oh, well, that explains it. Huh?
Care to explain what you mean? Because you just proposed that everything happened in the exact opposite order. Yep, because that's the way it really went down. The timing of when the R was written turns everything about this case around. Now then, if the floor was damaged by the explosion, when was the message written? When was the message written? If the floor was damaged by the explosion, when was the message written? Before the explosion, it has to have been. With the bloody message running off the edge of the damaged floor like that, we can only conclude that it was written before the explosion.
But that's ridiculous!
If that were true, it overturns your own premise.
That's right, it does. In fact, it turns everything upside down. The victim was not killed by the explosion in the courtroom. She was killed before the explosion ever occurred. Well,
Order in the court.
What kind of preposterous claim is this?
he's got hands of steel. He's got massive yaoi hands. They're very strong.
Have you forgotten the victim's body was found at the scene of the explosion?
True, but consider this scenario. She was hit on the head and killed before the explosion, or even before the trial began. Her body was subsequently placed in the courtroom rooms after the bombing occurred. That way, it could be made to look like she was a victim of the blast.
What?
It sounds like we'd better look into what the victim was doing before the trial. Mr. Payne, did anyone see Detective Arm before the trial?
Let's see. According to the police report... here it is. One person saw the victim before the trial. And that person was... Ted Tanati. Wait, what?
No one besides Mr. Tanati saw the victim.
That appears to be the case, Your Honor.
I would now ask the court to recall something. Specifically, Mr. Tanasi's words from yesterday. It was when Detective Arm and I were transporting the bomb.
Oh my.
Mr. Tanasi, just before the trial, you were with the victim. The two of you were together at the scene of the crime, courtroom number 4. Your Honour, the defence requests new testimony from Mr. Tanasi. We wish to hear what he has to say about his whereabouts just before the trial.
Mr. Tanasi, your testimony, please.
My testimony, there is no need for... It's completely unnerved, Mr. Wright. You must have hit the nail on the head. All I did was transport the bomb onto the courtroom. I already told you.
Ah, blast this thing. I was only in the courtroom with the victim because of our work. I swear I was only transporting the bomb there.
Objection!
You and the victim were alone together at the scene of the crime. In other words, you certainly had the opportunity to commit murder, did you not?
Objection!
Do you always leave yourself so open to attacks, Mr. Wright?
What now, Mr. Payne?
Yes, Mr. Tanati may have had the opportunity to kill Detective Army. But an important piece of your assertion is missing.
Oh, the DeLoco voice is coming. Don't you worry about that. It's for when he stops his facade. What important piece?
The murder weapon. What do you claim was used to kill the victim?
Mr. Payne has a point. Even if Mr. Tanati had the chance, without a weapon, we can't accuse him of the crime.
Well, Mr. Tanati?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's right. What the fuck? I didn't have any sort of thing that could be used as a murder weapon on me. I couldn't possibly have killed Detective Army.
Did he really have nothing he could use as a murder weapon? He hit her with the bomb. Oh my god, JC, a bomb.
A bomb?
What is it, Athena? Just looking over the victim's autopsy report. I'm hoping there's something in here that can point us in the right direction. Well, it does say that she died from trauma to the back of the head with a flat object. Yeah, and to inflict that specific kind of injury, all you would need is a flat surface, right? A heavy, blunt object with a flat surface could definitely be our murder weapon.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you indicate for the court what was used to kill Detective Arm?
I believe I can. Believe being the key word here.
You can? Then please do so now. What did Mr. Tenati have that could have been used as the murder weapon?
The bomb. The fucking bomb. I like the fact that we can actually save in these sections now. I like the fact we can save in these sections. That is a good thing.
Take that!
Take that! Mr. Tenasi, you say you didn't have anything that could be used as a weapon. But in fact, you had the perfect thing.
What? What the devil are you talking about?
You had this.
That's the bomb. I thought you were trying to prove that the victim wasn't killed by the bomb blast.
The bomb blast, no. But I believe Candice Arm was killed by this bomb. With this bomb. Because this is the blunt object of the fatal blow to her head.
Ah!
Please recall the description of Detective Arm's head wound. Trauma to back of head caused by impact with a flat object. We assume this injury was sustained when her head hit the floor. But a blow from any flat side of this bomb would produce the exact same wound pattern.
Ugh! Ugh! Ugh!
What's with him?
Then show me some proof! Where's the evidence I hit the victim with the bomb?
Ooh, he's right. I don't have anything decisive.
Did you find any of the victim's blood in the bomb? That'd be decisive proof. But too bad! The bomb is blown to bits. It's long gone! Boom! Game over, yeah!
Ugh. Mr. Wright, is there really nothing on the bomb in that photo? There's a crack. I don't see any blood or anything. Wait, the time display is a little broken here. Maybe it broke when it made contact with Detective Arm's head. That's definitely a distinct possibility. But unless we find a fragment with the victim's blood in it, it's not going to count. I guess you're right. By setting off the bomb, Tenasi managed to obliterate all traces of the murder weapon. What in the world do I do now? At times like this, I've got to change gears and look at things in a different way. Instead of looking for the things he wasn't able to hide, I should be looking for a way to expose the things he did hide. Ted Tenasi murdered Detective Arm before the trial started. Then he placed her body in the courtroom after the bomb went off, which means there was something he needed to keep hidden until then. And I think I have just the thing. Time to present the photo that shows exactly what Mr. Tenasi had to hide. Ha. The photo that shows what he had to hide. Was it this? Present the photo that shows exactly what he had to hide. Try the bombing photo first. This one. This one here. What he had to hide. He has the key for this. What if the detonator is in the case? We're grasping at straws. We are grasping at straws a little bit here. Courtroom bombing first. Let's try it. Let's try it.
Take that!
Take that! Your Honor, there's something we've all been overlooking. If the murder took place before the trial, then Mr. Tenassi would have had to hide the body somewhere during the trial. Hey, you're right, and if we can figure out where that hiding place was... Exactly, we might be able to find some evidence we can pin him down with. So where could Mr. Tenassi have hidden the body during the trial? In the bomb case.
Take that!
Wait, a box big enough for a body, a box that was in the courtroom the whole time. A box nobody would touch if they thought there was a bomb in it. Mr. Tenassi. What is it? Do you finally have some decisive evidence to show me? No, you're the one who's going to show it to me. Come again. You heard me. Now, show me what's inside that bomb transport case. What? Why? No, there's no need. I've got him now. Just before the trial, you killed the victim with a blunt object. And then you placed her body in the rooms of the courtroom after the bomb went off. Clearly, you were trying to make it look she died in the explosion. But where was that body hidden during the trial? Oh, I hadn't thought of that. The answer's right here. Inside a box made of thick alloy plating that can withstand any impact. No, that's completely false. If it's false, you should have no objections to showing us your transport case. So, let's open it up and take a look inside, shall we? Uh-oh. Hold it. Who's holding it? Let's not. Not if you value your life. What's he up to now? Remain calm and listen carefully. This bomb will detonate in 5 minutes. What? Huh? I repeat, this HH3000 will detonate in 5 minutes. What's going on? Your Honor, I recommend you adjourn this trial before this bomb goes off.
Mr. Tenassi, are you threatening me?
Heh heh heh. I am the only one who can disable this bomb. If you do not want to die, your only option is to listen to me. But Mr. Tenassi, didn't you just say there's a training model, a fake to practice on? I did, but I also lied. This is the real deal. This is the HH3000. But the HH3000 was used to blow up courtroom number 4, wasn't it? How do you know it was the real HH3000 that blew up courtroom number 4? The bomb that blew up the courtroom was a different one. One that I made.
What? Then are we to take that as a confession on your part?
Take it any way you would like. Just before the trial, I took the HH3000 out of the stuffed animal and put my own bomb into it. That was the bomb that exploded and destroyed courtroom number 4. Mr. Tenassi, please be reasonable. Do you really expect us to believe a crazy story like that? The HH3000, it is so unique. I had never seen anything like it. It is so unique that I could not replicate the detonation mechanism. So, I just had to have it. Besides, did anyone look inside of the stuffed animal during the trial? Did anyone check to see if it really was the HH3000 in there?
I must confess, no one opened the stuffed animal to check.
So there really is a possibility the bomb was switched out? No, not a possibility. A certainty. I did it.
So he's had a real bomb with him this whole time.
You had better get out of here while you can. You do not have much time.
It's not counting down, though. It's not counting down.
Order! Order in the court! I'm out of here.
It's gonna blow! Run! Does the bomb he has had a cracked timer? I don't think we've seen a timer on it, but also it's not counting down at all.
You four are still here. Well, well, aren't you brave?
I just wouldn't do for the judge to presiding over this court to run. But that horrible explosion the other day.
The judge looks like he's about to book it for the nearest exit any second. As for Mr. Payne...
that is...
Ah! Poof. He fucking liked it. And he's off. Mr. Wright, what do we do? Ugh. It'd be pretty pathetic to run now, wouldn't it? The bomb might really go off. Only 3 more minutes, folks. Yeah, there's no crack on the timer. Is that bomb really the HH3000? What should I do? Stand my ground. I can't run now.
Well, it's been fun, but I will be going now. With my dear HH3000, naturally. Oh, and by the way, I would advise against having me followed. Even with no remote switch, this bomb can still be triggered manually. If I think I'm being followed, I will detonate it on the spot. Farewell.
Hold it!
Hold it!
You're not going anywhere, Ted Tanasi.
Oh,
Your Honor, there's no reason to be afraid. That bomb is a fake. Are you sure, Mr. Wright?
more of your famous bluffing. Even at the risk of your own life.
Mr. Wright, none of your bluffing now. Not at a time like this. Lives are on the line here.
I'm not bluffing, and I have proof.
You do?
Yes, of course, Your Honor. It's right here in the photo of the bomb, clear as day. Proof that Mr. Tanasi's bomb is not the real HH3000.
Really? Out with it then, immediately. Where's the proof that what Mr. Tanasi's holding is not the real HH3000?
Take that!
It's the timer. The display for the timer on the bomb in the photo is broken. Most likely it broke when Mr. Tanasi used the bomb to attack Detective Arm. But the display of the bomb in front of us is not broken.
Oh, you're right.
Therefore, this is not the real HH3000. Mr. Tanasi was clearly lying when he said he switched out the bomb in the stuffed animal. The real HH3000 blew up in courtroom number 4. This bomb is nothing more than a fake, a model used for training purposes.
Ah!
Fear not, Your Honor. I will examine the inside of that bomb transport case myself.
Yes, please do that, Mr. Wright.
Oh.
No, stop!
Blood.
What is that? Is that a bloodstain?
Just as I expected. Your lies have all been blown to bits, Mr. Tanasi. I'm confident DNA analysis will show this bloodstain will confirm that it's Detective Arm's blood. And those results will conclusively prove that you murdered Detective Arm. How about it, Mr. Tanasi? Think you can dismantle this decisive evidence? Here comes the breakdown.
Dismantle it. You're too late. You missed your chance to run, so now you're out of time. This HH3000 is about to explode.
Don't try to threaten us, Mr. Tanasi. I already proved that your bomb is a fake.
It's real. This bomb is a real thing, I tell you. It's real.
Mad Bomber, Party of 1.
There's no time left. It's gonna blow. I have to disarm it. I have to take it apart. I can dismantle anything. I can take apart evidence. I can take apart bombs. I can dismantle it all.
Oh god, he's got... Oh boy.
I'm not gonna make it. Only one thing left to do.
Stop! What the fuck? Did he just eat the bomb?
Made it.
Oh. I didn't expect his eyes to look like that. Game over. Dismantle attempt failed. Well.
It's all over. My life has been blown to pieces.
It's all that stupid woman's fault. I was selling the bombs I disarmed on the black market. When I tried to take this one, she just had to notice, didn't she? She confronted me in courtroom number 4 that day. And that's why I had no choice. Before I knew what I was doing, I hit her. It's all her fault. While I was looking for a place to hide her body, she left a message in her own blood. The trial was about to start, so I didn't have time to clean it up, and now all this. I thought for sure I could disguise her death with an explosion. Then that stupid defense attorney started sticking his nose in my business. After my testimony yesterday, I went to courtroom number 4 and I found that kid all up in my bomb transport case. That's when I snuck up behind him and bam! And when the idiot police arrested that little girl, I thought for sure I could put it all on her. Why? Oh, why? He's kind of fucked up. Ted Tanati, you are hereby under arrest. On suspicion of the courtroom bombing and the assault on Mr. Justice, your innocence or guilt will be determined at a later trial. Now then, I see that members of the public have returned to the gallery. One person, however, seems to still be running far, far away. Be that as it may, I will now announce Miss Juniper Woods' verdict. Beautiful. Thank you, Gumshoe. Thank you. Thank you, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Throw that confetti. We'd love to see it. Court is adjourned. Gavel. Nice. You did it, boss. Yeah, I guess we managed to pull it off. Somehow. So many mysteries cleared up all at once. It was amazing. It just sort of worked out that way, didn't it? That's not the kind of thing that usually just works out. You made it happen. And the way that mean old prosecutor hightailing out of here, that was great.
Mr. Wright, Thena, thank you for everything you did for me.
I'm so happy for you, Junior. You can go back to the forest in peace. That was a nice first stream for this game. Yeah, it wasn't too bad, was it? It wasn't too bad. We can groove a little bit.
I hope that both of you will come and visit me sometime.
That'd be nice. Thank you for the invitation. I don't know, Mr. Wright. I'm not so sure. The Moon Matrix is quite intuitive, wouldn't you agree? I'm not so sure you can make it all the way up to Junie's house. How high do you live again, Junie?
Around 3,000 feet, I think.
What? Yeah, no worries, Hades. Thanks for the hangs. You take care, alright? That's no forest, that's a mountain. But you know, boss, there's something that still bothers me about the case. It's more intuitive on the 3DS, the colours are more obvious. I think it's more the fact that, like, it didn't explain one of the steps. It said, highlight your thing with Q, so you press Q, and highlight, and then press space on the one that you want. Didn't say select the one you want before pressing space. That was where it kind of fell down a bit. Because like Apollo's thing was, you bring up his perv lens, and then you just highlight the thing you want, and you just press the button on that. Don't need to click on it again, you just perceive it. Just get perceived. Get absolutely perceived. Now, unlike the Magatama, it's intuitive. Real talk? Kind of prefer the Magatama. One little mystery we never got around to solving. Oh, that. Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Is this the unsolved mystery you're thinking of? The missing remote switch.
Take that!
Take that! The remote switch, right? Yeah. I wonder where it disappeared to. Maybe Mr. Tanasi just got rid of it somewhere. Yeah, it is a pretty big thing to leave unsolved, though. Well, let's leave it up to the police to find. For now, we should be celebrating our not guilty verdict. I guess you're right. Hey, I know. Junie, should we go to report the good news? You know, to that certain someone. Okay. Her grandmother? No, silly, to Apollo. Oh, right. Well, why don't we all go to the hospital together to see him? Great idea. I bet he's bored out of his mind. Okay. And so the courtroom bombing case came to a close. But the next trial was just over the horizon. There's never a dull moment with so many lawyers in the office. That's for sure. Apollo Justice, Athena Sykes, and me, Phoenix Wright. Between the three of us, there's no case we can't solve. Where the fuck is Trucy? When our powers combine, we're an unstoppable team. Where the fuck is Trucy? At least that's what I believed. Is that... But all of that changed with what Apollo said to us that day. It was something that would put my faith in us to the ultimate test. Interesting. Oh, a cutscene.
Sorry, but I'll be taking a leave of absence.
Wait, what do you mean by a leave?
Can you at least give me a reason why?
I can only say that this is something I must settle on my own.
Okay. Oh my god, it's Trucy. She's alive. Well.
Oh, why, Apollo? Why are you shutting us out?
Wow, it's gone very anime. Trucy gets less focused on in this game, and her characterization suffers a lot. That's a shame. I mean, my voice box thanks. What happened to you, Apollo? Ever since you put that jacket on, you've changed. Where is everyone? Edgeworth, Maya, Pearl, and Lot of Heart? Lot of hair, more like. And now, for whatever reason, all my mind keeps doing is returning to the day I first met you. I guess that's the next case, huh? We tackled our first case together, he and I, this past spring. And as we did, I came to know who he is and how he thinks. It was a very peculiar case. One in which the victim was killed by a mythical creature. Oh. Interesting. Turnabout Pokemon cards. Killed by Ho-Oh. They were decapitated by a Ho-Oh Pokemon card. Right, neat. We got to the end. Right, but we are going to wrap things up there, so let's pull over to the chat room. There we go. Yeah, 'cause it's like 9 o'clock now. I need to go rest up, and my voice is shot to shit. So, yeah, it's been good hangs tonight. So, tomorrow, I'm definitely on with Metroid Subversion at 6 PM UK time. Depending on how I go on certain other stuff, I might be playing... I just realised my VTube studio is like really, really oddly huge. Hold on, is that because I'm really big right now? Hold on. There we go. That's a bit better. I need to get a couple of bits of housework done, but I might play some more Bolt Gun in the afternoon. So we'll see how we go. It's a bank holiday. I'm not working. I might just take the afternoon off and rest my voice, because I'm going to go get a hot lemon and mix. My voice is shot to shit. So, yeah. The monstrous turnabout, huh? Is that the next episode? Interesting. Anyway, as before, chat, cheers for the hangs. It's been good fun tonight. Hopefully see you soon. Enjoy the rest of your day, whatever time it might be, though. And with all being well, maybe I'll see you tomorrow. In the meantime, though, take care, and see you soon. Till then.